Hello everyone, welcome to Fates and Fables. I'm Kyle Brodigan, your humble DM, and we embark on an adventure unlike any other you've ever seen before. We're playing a 5e Dungeons & Dragons game, but with a little twist. The setting I have our player adventures going on is in a steampunk setting, so although we may see some familiar monsters of lore, you also see some fun, little tidbits along the way, or in the air, or streaking across the ground on a sheet of light. Please join us as we follow Ilona, Styx, Jill, Frey, Tixon, Volt, and Persephone, a newly formed group, part of the Heroes Guild known as the Gearhearts, as they travel across the land to help those who can't help themselves, fight the good fight, good versus evil, and hopefully win the day. Please, I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy the show as we tune in for another episode of Fates and Fables. Gearhearts Rising.
Rehearsal dinner and then dessert.
Ilona's just going to be super concerned about him the whole time.
Oh, I am so looking forward to it.
You guys ready? Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I already pressed the button, so okay.
This is just made for us.
Alright, what's up, everyone? I'm sorry. Okay.
The ceiling.
We're good.
How's it going? That's what all. That's what all. That's what all.
Yep.
That's what all.
It's gonna be fun. Alright, what's up, everyone?
I'm what all.
This is Kyle. This is Fates and Fables. This is Gearhearts Rising. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it because we kind of got started a little late, but that's okay. We're gonna jump right into intros and right into the game. So take it away to my. Nope, that way. That way. That's the direction. Go ahead.
Oh, it's me, okay. Yeah, I'm Nick Rivera. I play Voltal. I am a receipt-making, gargoyle-taking teen.
Crab's just little.
So apparently a DM murderer.
Oh.
Good.
Thanks, Nick.
Bro.
Next up.
I think that was me. I think. I don't fully recall. Hi, I'm Freylost. I hate shirts, but I like swords.
Beautiful.
Well, about all I got.
Straight to the point. I like it. Next up. Just like last time.
Hi.
There you go.
I'm Kayla. And I play Lona.
Yep.
And
2 for 2.
much like my character, we both have no idea what we're doing. So take it away.
3 for 3. All right. There you go. Excellent.
3.5 out of 4.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. We all got mixed up now. Wait. Jill and Styx are opposite. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Jill and Styx turned off your cameras, I think. And then turn it back
Should
on?
be Styx and then Crab.
Oh, also, I have a.
Alright, now we're good. Yep.
I have a pet dragon. His name's Misfit, and he's the best. And I hate myself for forgetting about him.
Nah, it's alright. It's all good. He's
I hate you too.
I
oh
was
my god.
Wow.
Came out of nowhere. Alright, Crab, you're up. Go ahead, Crab.
Oh, I play Gilles.
Mm-hmm.
He's a lizard guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he eats stuff.
Perfect.
One time, I really just want Crab to be like, "I'm Crab and I'm a crocodile."
We're watching Disney Channel.
If I knew how to do that, if you ever did that and I knew how to do that, I would add it. I don't know how to do it though, but you know.
Oh no.
Okay. I think everyone's
Okay.
good. Everyone's good.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm Heather. I play Persephone Sharon for Dwendroth Kierney Darenar III, the Gunslinger.
I guess I should learn your name since we're gonna go ahead.
I'm Kevin. I play Styx, the friendly neighborhood goblin who never sets people on fire.
Ever.
Ever.
At least like once a session, I swear to God. Even if it's himself.
I'm a goblin. I don't count as people, remember?
Oh.
Wow.
We'll have words, don't worry.
Racism.
Wow. Slowly sinking in.
Let again, Brick, get to it, man. We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So, get into a quick recap. Welcome all of my players. Welcome back, everyone. So, real quick recap, and we're going to run into the thing. Okay, here we go. So, last time on Fates and Fables, Gearhearts Rising. We started off with a late night escapade, if you will, with Volt and Geel. Misfits. I can't read what that says. I don't know what that says. I can't read that far. Okay, we started off with Volt and Geel. Didn't know this originally, but apparently they are gargoyle inspectors with the FGI. Didn't know that was a thing. The Federal Golem Inspectors, I think it was.
I honestly didn't know that Imbric was federalized, but okay.
It's more of an yeah, the FG, more maybe international, maybe no federal works. Anyway, so you went to the House of Courts because Geel earlier in that day had noticed that there was gargoyles being delivered to the house, which is his natural nemesis throughout the game. So when you went there later that evening, you with some really great rolls, starting to expect one to the other. It appeared everything was fine. Everything, as Volt was going over some of them as well, seemed like the molding was good. The gargoyles were set in place, except for one in particular, which seemed a little bit out of place. So after some smooth talking, you decided to take it with you and flew off into the night without another word mentioned. Upon flying off, you released said gargoyle. Upon release, notice that it didn't have a crashy sound, more of a swoosh sound of wings flapping as the gargoyles turned over from stone to actual being and flew off and tried to escape into the water, but Geel, satisfying his fury and hunger of these pestilent beasts, turned it into mush in the Imbric waters there. Later on the next day, what do we do? We had some science experiments. I believe Alona found a mouse with Misfit's help and put a mouse in said closet to see, how long things can live in a closet for, I guess, which we'll find out at some point. What else did you guys do? Someone had a very interesting conversation with their face. I mean, their deity. I mean, their dad. I mean, someone. They talked to someone. All of the above. Yeah.
You wouldn't tell me if he was actually my dad, though.
And
well, I'm gonna have daddy issues.
After a very interesting conversation, learning some things, has not actually relayed any of that information to the group yet, which is interesting. And Persephone also had a morning with Dennis and Bob, her two work forge in training. Doesn't really offered them some jobs perhaps in the future, which they were very excited about, trying to one up each other through numerous tasks throughout that morning. Great. And you all later convened back at the Glory Hounds, where Styx and Ilona. Styx had taken Ilona out to the Glory Hounds training grounds to try to maybe teach her some things from some of his fighting styles that he's learned in the Claret Order to perhaps up her offensive onslaughts with her combo of Ilona and Misfit. And after kind of a stalemate at one point and more of a draw at the end, Ilona came flying back down and noticed that Monarch, the Baron of the Imbric sector Glory Hounds, was there kind of standing there among other Glory Hounds members, kind of cheering some people on. The one guy's like, kick her in the face, and all kind of stuff. Anyway, everyone's really excited about that, and that's kind of where we left off, if I'm not mistaken. Percy was kind of going over some of the plans for the wedding, and and one last thing I forgot, just to rewind a little bit. Percy had met up with her sister Andromeda and went over some of the wedding plans, looked over the wedding grounds, and met the groom-to-be, Woodall, who lived up to the hype in all his splendor. And that's kind of where we left off. Kind of everyone doing a couple different things throughout the day, but we are kind of right in that little pause, that little break area between the fight after Styx and Ilona and the rehearsal dinner later on that evening. So, with that in mind, that's the recap, guys. Gearhearts, what do you guys want to do?
Was there anything before the rehearsal dinner?
Aren't we we have to go see the professor soon, right? Or is that tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, then no.
I asked Lona to make me a tuxedo.
That's right.
I'm supposed to do that. That's right. I would like to try to make Jill a tuxedo.
Okay.
I will help her.
Okay. All right. You want to work on it a little bit before this said rehearsal dinner? You have like
Yeah.
an hour or two.
I mean, I'm not going to the rehearsal dinner.
No.
But there wouldn't be a dinner the next day if you did, because
Yeah.
it wouldn't have any chairs or tables.
No, I would probably be arrested.
I'll just
That
like
too.
pre-dinner. I'll like take his measurements and then like pin the cloth so
All
that
right,
whenever I
let's do
get
it.
back, I can stitch
I
it.
would like for you to make.
Guidance.
I would like for you to make. Let's just go with a straight wisdom check.
Oh my god! Why'd you have to choose wisdom?
Because it's the funnest stat.
I'm not good at wisdom. Could I plea for an intelligence check?
All right, tell me how it would be an intelligence over wisdom. Go ahead. Go.
Because I'm taking measurements. It's very mathematical. I'm like taking measurements. I'm accounting for space. I'm like pinning things. I'm using my tinker's tools to help like make sure I get all the measurements exactly right.
Yeah, no wisdom. We'll do that. Had you said like,
Sorry.
I made my clothes because I was in the bunker my whole life, so I always had to.
Yeah,
make my
I mean
clothes.
that too. That's what I was thinking.
That's
like
not what
what
you said. You said I'm gonna use tinker tools to measure.
To be
Well,
fair,
it's a fucking 4, so.
You have guidance. It's a 5.
It's an 8.
It's a well. There you go. Look at that.
There you go.
An 8.
The DC was 1.
Just had to
I like
roll.
it when Crab DMs.
Damn. Ouch. Okay. All right. So I'll keep that in mind now. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So with your 8, so pre-rehearsal dinner, you and Gio get together. You take out your tinker's tools and start to measure up this crocodile for a tux that you've never made. Got it. Perfect. I will note that for later. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I don't like how you don't believe in Alona.
We do need more disguise stuff for at least 2 of us, since we have been seen by guards.
have we?
Yes.
Yeah, we walked up to them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm the only one with the hat of disguise. I was wanting to purchase at least 2 more. If we can each have one, that would be wonderful.
sounds expensive. Gonna just show up like
Yeah.
this.
No, Frank.
Except if they don't know where you are in the crowd, they can't stop you.
What if it's not like a large crowd? What if it's like a very small, selective sort of private wedding?
Elena, dear, do you think my family does anything small?
I don't. To be fair,
You've seen our
don't-
house.
Your family's also not.
yes.
But it involves one of us. Half of it is our responsibility.
Okay. I was just sort of, what if it is a problem?
I highly doubt that it will be small. DM, from looking at the reception or the ceremony area, there were lots of chairs, right? Not a small group. Yeah. Hello, Keith.
Lots of chairs
So-
on both sides.
Yeah. It won't be small. They're planning something large. Which does make me wonder how many of the guests are fodder or sacrifices. Something to keep in mind. We'll have to keep a lookout for traps or magical devices.
I figured that was kind of a given, and the whole thing basically just a giant trap we're trying to foil.
Small ones amongst the chairs and such.
Oh wait, do we think some of the people are going to be warforges?
Not necessarily warforges, but some may be meant to die as part of the ceremony.
Can Bob and Dylan come? Dennis, not Dylan. Oh god, no. Bob and Dennis.
While I would like to sort of give them a test run out in the field, they have been extra eager in outdoing each other, and I feel like that might be more of a hindrance than a help.
Unless you gave them both the same task and they sort of competed with each other. Like, say, go name as many Warforged as you can, and then they'll run off and half of them will be called Bob and half will be called Dennis, and it'll be absolute madness.
No, I mean, I like that idea. Let's do that.
That's a fair thing to test if a Warforged can name another. We should have to test that. Although I get the feeling that they cannot name each other, it must be one of us. We shall see.
So we have to do some shopping. So magic hats,
Yes.
maybe some magnets, and some holy water.
Why magnets?
If there's a warforge, we can put it in a stick.
Or you can break their brain.
I didn't think of that one, but yeah.
Let's not break
Jill
the
didn't say
brain.
that. That was the crab.
That was the crab.
My self-conscious. I had a conversation with myself. So.
Alright. I will go buy stuff. I think we're going to go buy stuff. I'm going to go to that shop where we buy stuff.
There's a lot of
Yes.
shops where you buy stuff.
It gaffs.
Yeah, a gaff.
I'll go.
A gaff of if.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, do you think that you can make the desserts that you provide to
Yes.
make them strong? At least the one for.
Oh, you want me to knock people unconscious?
You were suggesting putting them to sleep.
Yes, but you said maybe. So now I'm excited that you're maybe saying yes.
I'm wondering if you can make it safely potent enough to keep Andromeda asleep throughout tomorrow.
That sounds dangerous.
So the Sleeping Beauty cheesecake. Got it.
As I said, I am planning on replacing her, so instead
Ooh,
of
that sounds evil.
evil.
There can be only one day run
Exterminate.
But if she can be asleep during the whole time, then that means that she's not going to attempt to escape or cause any ruckus and possibly injure herself in the meantime. It's either that or we tie her up or put her in a cell.
No, that's traumatizing.
Yes.
I mean, have you
I-
ever considered just, like, talking to your sister and telling her what's gonna happen?
She's not going to believe me that this is all a trap.
That's Plan C. The normal talk to people. What?
She's not the most intelligent of us, and she's far too excited for this wedding. She would think that I'm merely trying to keep her from happiness and immediately blame me and not trust me and try to
Yeah,
march
but, like,
off.
we literally have your mom in a horrible condition, literally back at the guild house. She could vouch for all of this. Corpse of your dad, we have evidence.
We have the replacement, the
Exactly.
machine.
That's evidence.
It's not a corpse, but I see your point. I'm still not sure that she would not try something.
Does she know a lot about elven culture?
She knows very little about most things. She knows
So-
about arranging flowers and music for the most part, and shiny things.
Does she know that
That's
on the wedding
exciting.
day that the male elf has to look for the female elf while she hides for as long as possible? The longer she hides, the longer the marriage stays together happily.
That's a very strange tradition.
It's not a
that
religion.
that would work up until the time of the wedding, in which
So
case
Bob
she
and
would-
Dennis step in.
Unless we helped her hide. I don't know, is helping allowed to hide in this tradition, or
I don't know. It's whatever tradition we want to make it. If she doesn't know, then we have all the grounds.
That would actually be a better task for Bob and Dennis than coming to the wedding.
And also, be needlessly convoluted. Seriously, we can just talk to her.
Yeah.
Would you
I
rather
honestly
she know what's going on and we could get her out of the way where she'll comply and stay quiet instead of having to deal with, like, figuring out if she's gonna, like, figure out that the hide-and-seek thing's bullshit and come anyway or something like that?
That's true.
On
What
one
happens
hand,
if
I honestly am not sure that she would believe any of it. And I also do not want anyone to see her leaving to go to the Guildhall to speak to Mother. Mother's not coming back to the manor for now. I do not want anyone to realize that we are aware of the situation and cluing her in as well.
And you've got that hat there that can make people change into completely different people. We walk out there in that, go back to the Gearhearts, and have a chat there, come back later, problem solved. I sincerely doubt they've got people sitting there watching her all day.
Why not? She's a pawn that's very valuable right now.
Actually, I suppose I see your point there, actually. They're coming up with this ritual soon, and they had to watch on everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want her to act differently than she is now. If she starts
Exactly.
acting scared, they might know.
Do we even know what this ritual is?
A bad one.
But I sort of... Thank you for the clarification.
Anytime.
While
I have-
they're talking, I heard go buy hats or whatever, so I'm gonna go buy some magic hats.
You guys can walk there if you
crap.
want while you're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I think we were walking and talking.
That's fine.
Oh, were we?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
I
we
kind
were
of
saying
figured you
still
were.
somewhere.
You said that's where you were going.
Oh. Eh.
I have some theories about what ritual is, but I have not found the evidence to eliminate any possibilities.
I mean, is there a way to sort of research it, or is there someone we could ask?
Well, if we could capture the priests, I'm sure that would give us quite a clue if they would talk.
And they weren't just taken by Lolth like they were in the past.
Did Frey tell me that Veyron was Lolth's son?
No.
I don't
think
believe
we'd-
so, no.
I think we had figured that out, though.
Oh, I know.
But if
Either Frey said it or Percy with a super high check knew
it
it.
sticks.
Or Styx did, because he ended up in the research, too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, that sucks.
Go ahead. Did you want me to answer that, or you still talking?
This is why.
Amongst yourselves, that's fine.
This is why. This is why our group should talk more.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure after Frey had woken up, with Cesari's wake up juice. I'm pretty sure that talk included that it was Lolth's son.
But I just because he told me his name because I told him my name.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure during that talk with all of us there, it included that it was Lolth's son.
Yeah, because I don't think I had the name initially, and I got it from you, and that would only make sense.
So it was like publicly announced.
Most likely.
Okay. Fred, could you ask your
Baby daddy.
Forehead?
your dad
Daddy.
if he
What?
knows? Frey's dad is normal, but he's just very smart and knows lots of things, which is why I suggest asking his dad. But could you ask your dad?
How about that? I already did.
Oh, well, that when? Wait, what?
This morning, I was waiting for a time to talk about it when everybody wasn't like going batshit crazy, hitting each other, and making plans. So, very rare occurrence for us. I would rather not talk about it in public, though.
Fair enough.
That was the local public look. Are they very chill?
Yeah, I want to check if we're being followed now that they know alone Persephone's back in town.
Make a perception check.
I'll make a perception
Oh, yeah,
check
I'm-
for
I'm all-
buzzard.
I'm pretty much flaunting it at this point, so.
I'm not looking around because I'm excited to be walking with Fred.
All right,
20.
so I was looking for buzzards, and I got a 20 plus whatever my fucking perception is. Where is
Nice. I got 20 total. See if we're being followed.
Being followed.
What is my perception?
You've noticed.
24.
Keeping an eye on Percy, sort of thing.
Yeah, you notice that, especially since you're on this side of town, if you will. One, you definitely get. So when you guys first walked into town, there was a lot of looks because there's a crocodile and a goblin, a dude with no shirt on and a big thing on his face, a kobold, just a lot going on, right? You're still seeing a lot of those looks, but you also, since you rolled high enough, notice that there's like kind of darting eyes between Percy and you guys, and it's a lot of confusing looks, but no one's. Doesn't seem like anyone's necessarily following you. Looking at? It's not. That is not being hidden at all. Maybe every now and again someone like sees you and like and goes back to what they were doing, but they instantly go back.
If there's anyone that does a continuous stare at Sticks, I'm gonna like flare my teeth and
Yeah,
like,
you definitely scare. You scare a couple children.
yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah. Couple human children. Yeah. Oh God! Run away. Okay. Yep, but in terms of following you, no one's following you. So you guys are going to get IDGAFs.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. So when you walk in, again, this is has a lot of wooden earth tones in here, a lot of like deep wood smells, and when you walk in, you guys just going right up to the counter.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So when you walk in, you actually see a different person behind the counter. Go ahead. Everyone's perceptions are high enough. You would at least tell that this person looks like an older version of the gentleman you met with before, who no one got his name or anything because nobody gives a shit. Just give me cheap shit, bitch. Yeah, right? Like,
Not even him.
Nope. But this
Does this person look like they give a fuck?
you can go talk to him if you want, or you can roll
Okay.
insight.
I'll insight him.
Insight check the guy.
What kind of emotions are you trying to incite in him, Crab?
If he
If
gives
looks
a
like
fuck.
I give a fuck. Yeah.
All right. What is I got? Where's my insight?
Right there.
Insight. Where are you? They are 9.
9. The one thing that you'll notice, besides the fact that this looks like an older version of the other guy that was there, is that this guy is like standing behind the counter, as opposed to the other guy was like, sitting with his feet up. And when you actually start to approach, he's like, yes, hello. How can I help you? Welcome to IDGAF's Emporium.
No.
Goodness.
Boo.
Hats?
We're looking for hats.
He kind of looks up at the large crocodile man and the small goblin. All right. Hats of disguise, I take it. Is that what you're going for? To disguise? He just points at all of you like this.
I think so.
awfully rude, but
It's
yes.
actually not as racist as everyone else.
Yeah,
I mean,
you say that
kind
out
of
loud?
is.
Yeah.
He's saying
You?
we all look like shit.
All of you. Just this. No. No, I do have, that's the only kind of hats I have here are hats of disguise, so I take it that's what you're looking for. You came to a magic shop. I have magic hats. They're right down there, and he points down to one of the first aisles. So when you walked in, it would have been to your right. He points off since you walked in, now it's off to, well, it's still your right, but his left. He points off to the side.
How much?
All of our products have price tags on them, but they are 500 gold apiece, I believe, if I remember correctly.
All right. I start counting out 500 while someone else goes through the hat.
I will help Crab count out 500.
Yes. Okay. Oh god. Oh, please. And he like kind of moves some of the stuff off the counter. Oh, all right. Do you need help with that? I can help.
No, don't break his concentration.
What? Ah, fuck.
No, you were at 10. This is 10.
All right.
Oh gosh. Okay. All right. Anything else? Was that all? I'm rather busy here.
What, is there anyone else in the shop?
Yeah, there's a couple other patrons and things. Yep.
Oh.
I'm buying a hat for myself. Does someone else need a hat? Because I can also pay for that.
Yeah, I would need a hat, and I don't have monies. I'm a kid.
All right. I'll just start counting 1,000 gold then.
I'm sorry, Volt, how old are you?
15! What?
You're only a few years younger than me. You can have money, don't
But you have guns.
True.
So do you.
So however long it takes to count out
Do not.
1,000 gold.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. It's gonna take a hot minute. It'll take a little bit shorter if it's helping you.
Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay.
Guidance.
Someone else go get. I don't need guidance. Someone go get the fucking hats.
Okay. Who's going to grab the hats? What's really kind of nice about these is that, again, with the theme of this whole campaign, really, they are nice top hats. They have like the nice little red kind of kerchief thing going wrapped around them. They're
Nice.
identical. There's just 4 of them sitting there. 4 top hats.
What is your name, good sir?
Leonard. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my shop.
You weren't here earlier. Wait, your shop. Who was the person who's here earlier?
Who will stop doing what he's doing? You mean my son? You met my son.
Yeah, briefly. He was quite nice. What was his name?
Have you all Lucas?
Lucas. That's such a good name.
About this time, Frey comes back with all 4 hats and sets them on the counter.
4.
Oh,
Yeah, so there's 4.
As now that there's more. One moment, ma'am. You want all 4 of the hats then? That's splendid. Doubts will be 2,000 gold then. Are you paying for all this yourself?
I thought that was the plan. Also, surprise math.
Considering that we are buying all 4, you can't offer some sort of deal.
What does the price tag say on them?
Wow, what a dick. I hate Leonard.
Someone else has 1,000 gold because I only got 1,000.
Considering that we are spending quite a lot of gold and buying a number of your items,
Yes.
you can't.
Right. No, I certainly appreciate your business. I'm one of the only magic shops in town, and I also lost quite a bit of coin earlier today because my son is an idiot and I don't know why I hired him in the first place, but he pawned off basically half of my shop to a bunch of other customers, so I need to kind of make up the difference. So unfortunately, there's no deals for today. I've already been dealed enough in the 5 minutes I left my shop. My son is an idiot.
I'm gonna casually.
You can roll persuasion with disadvantage, but
What if? Oh, I'll let you roll first, and then I'll go.
I want to casually flash my signet ring. Considering that I will be mingling with a number of the wealthy patrons of the city tomorrow, and able to spread the good word of where we got these fabulous items. And considering the bride of tomorrow's big event is my sister, and I can tell her where to spend the wedding gift money, can't we arrange something?
Okay, roll persuasion regular first.
Oh, I don't know which one to trust.
Is that a natural 1?
No.
No, she didn't do
Total
it.
11.
11. Okay, and then for
That was a nat 3!
for your bartering, still roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm rolling different ones.
Just want to see if you could get the disadvantage off of there, and did not.
And you.
Persuasion disadvantage is 13. A little bit better.
He kind of looks at you for a minute. So you're going to the wedding tomorrow?
My sister's the bride.
Kind of like sit back a little bit. Well, not sit, but kind of lean back a little bit. Looks you over a little bit more.
Stephanie Day Renaud at your service.
Now his face will change again. Oh, Lady Davenant, welcome to the Idgav Emporium. I've never actually graced any of your noble house in my establishment. Welcome. What you're with? And he kind of like looks around at the. Are you with these people?
Of course I
Getting
am.
worse.
What's that?
He's getting worse.
501, 502.
If it was not, why would I be attempting to barter for their items?
I'm just never. Very well. I'll tell you what. And he kind of thinks for a moment. Could you? I hate to ask,
Oh no.
but could you perhaps get me into the wedding?
Ooh.
Anyone who's anyone is going to be there, and if there was ever a time to market the Idgaf name, this is like the highlight of the year. If not 5 years, 10, I don't know.
I could possibly arrange something.
Are you deceiving him? Because I'm rolling insight.
I'm picturing that he probably will not be in as a guest. So get him in, just not the way he's thinking.
Okay. That would be more of a deception then. Go ahead,
Yep.
roll deception. Insight check by the cashier.
Oh, that was really good. That was a nat 19, 27 total.
Okay, so you're saying you possibly could get him in? Is
Mhm.
that what you said?
Yep.
I just... It would mean wonders for... Okay, alright. You're buying all your phones of your friends... And he's like really like digging in hard on this one, like, oh... He's just
701, 702.
Oh, he like kind of shudders listening to Geo count.
Well, man, I'm just saying that tuck shop was really fucking busy. It's gonna be very exclusive.
I just lost so much coin already today. I'll tell you what. Are you purchasing anything else, you and your friends, besides the hats of disguise at all, or?
Do you have anything fun?
I have lots of fun things. What did you have in mind?
Like sort of weird and unusual.
It's kind of our shtick.
Go ahead and roll. Roll a persuasion on this one too, just to see what he has.
God, smite me.
I can do that. I'm a paladin.
Do it. Put me out of my misery. Persuasion. 11.
11. Okay.
802.
Go ahead and roll 2 D100s.
The first one is 36, and the second one is 53.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I don't really know what your definition of fun is, but I mean, I do have these kind of nicky-nacky things, and he kind of like reaches underneath the register and pulls up. And when he opens up the one, it is a
900.
Oh God. The first thing is a set of gloves. And the other one is it's a about the size of like a mug, like a decent sized mug with a lid on it. It's like ceramic yellow mug. Doesn't have a handle. It's just the size of a mug.
What do they do?
All right. Well, these are gloves that will actually help you be a little quick with the hand. Very good for. He kind of looks around. Maybe his type. He's pointing over at Styx, the goblin. You have more sneaky characters in your group, perhaps.
Oh, I'm super sneaky.
Lona, you already have 2 glove things, though. You're good.
You already have 2 glove things.
Gloves of Thievery is that one.
I wish I had more hands.
I wonder how much they cost.
How much do they cost?
And the other one. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Hold on. Where'd it go? The gloves are 400 gold pieces.
I can't do that.
Hold on, come on.
Yeah, throw in 93.
What was that, Julia? Your account said 930 now?
9 what?
Here we go.
Ah,
This next
Just like that, you lost
container,
count.
and he opens it up. He opens up the little yellow ceramic thing. He opens it up.
1,
And he kind of like
3.
holds it back from his mouth, his face a little bit as he opens it. And he goes, "Don't breathe it in. Just look at it really quick." And he just kind of like slowly holds it up so you can look at it. And inside you see like a very fine powder. It's kind of looks like sand, a little darker. And he just puts the lid back on real quick.
2, 3, 4.
What is that?
5.
Sand?
It's pretty good if you need to make someone distracted. If you throw it in their face, they just start to. They can't really breathe, and if you need like a quick escape, it's dust of sneezing and coughing. So gloves of Thievery.
What if we put that in the cake?
I literally was thinking the same thing.
That's what you rolled. I can send this over to you guys real quick so you can see the Discord.
945 was what I was at. Alright, so. Counting
Now,
from there.
if you wanted to purchase the 4 hats, the gloves, 400, the 300, 727, I could give them to you all for, say, 2,500 gold pieces total for the whole lot. But that is just killing my day. I'll probably have to close up shop.
Do you happen to have, say, a broom that sweeps on its own?
Kind of thinks for a minute.
Or something of the like?
I used to have a broom that could let you fly. I don't have any of those anymore. Only have like 1 or 2 of those in a year. Help you sweep.
Actually, we're helping Jill over there. He's our housekeeper.
I couldn't make one, but I could have one specially made, some sort of enchanted broom kind of thing for sweeping, or wouldn't?
Yes. How long would that take?
It depends on the academy, the academy's orders. I mean, that's not really, it's not really a high demand piece. Probably maybe like a day or 2, perhaps.
It's too long. Thank you, though.
All right.
1,000.
That's not a bad idea. And he kind of like thinks about that for a moment. But anyway, so the gloves are 400, the dust is 300, the hats are 2,000, I can give you the whole lot for 2,500. I'm knocking 200 gold off. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab a hand axe and some boots of elvenkind for myself as well. The one that I told you about.
Yep, we already talked about that. Yep.
I already have my 2 hat spots. You guys got to put in the rest. Well, I guess I can keep going past 1,096.
Hey, Gila, count out 500 of this for me. And I pass it from my coat pouch.
All right, I start counting.
I will help Jill count.
No, Ilona, stop that. He's learning. This is important.
Well, no, I'm not doing it for him. I'm helping him. There's a difference.
1, 2.
All right.
3.
Well, if you're going to keep counting, I'm going to go help other patrons. I don't really have all day here, but
I just
are you
keep
buying
counting.
everything, or just some things, or what?
I want my boots, my axe, and those gloves. Gotta stay with the stereotype.
All right. So I think I said it was 500 for each of those things before. So you want to buy the gloves for 14 total?
Yeah.
All right.
That's neat. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Huh?
All right. So 2,320. All right. If you want to purchase the rest of these, I'll knock off. 2,100 for all of it. I'm still knocking off 200 gold. You're kidding me. Do you want them or not?
I mean, I'm paying for the hat I want. It's up to you guys to go for the last.
Well, considering that it's one that I believe we'll need, I'll bring out my five of my rubies that are worth 100 each, and then just lay them on the counter.
Ooh. Very nice. You kind of like hold them up a little bit. Very nice. All right. So, do we have a deal? Sold?
So 1,500.
Oh, for Pete's sake! And he's like, just starts counting with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 1, 2. Then just start counting stuff. Jesus.
I love this.
I reach over and move a gold piece away from the pile whenever he stops looking at it.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Sorry, kid again. Like, not trying to take it off the table, just move it away from the pile to indicate that he hasn't counted it, because I'm just messing with him, basically. Alright, sleight of hand.
You got this.
My return to Vax die gets to make the check. That's an 8.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at this.
He kind of like looks away. He's like, no, I could have sworn I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, give me that! And he kind of like grabs it and pulls it back, puts it on the thing. Stop it! Get away from there! Get! Get!
When will Lucas be back in?
Never.
Never again.
I sent him away on an errand. He's not going to be back the rest of the day.
Where
If
did
it's
he
all
go?
matter. What?
Where did he go?
This isn't the first time. Why do you keep asking so much about Lucas, anyway?
No, I was just sort of wondering where he was.
She believes everyone is her best friend.
Roll a
That's
deception.
true, I do.
Roll a deception check there, Ilona.
What? But she is just curious where he is.
Because you guys said that you were... Who was here earlier this morning? Who was here earlier today?
Well, technically it was yesterday.
Yeah, true.
Therefore, we're not lying.
Yesterday we bought the potions, and that was like after I chased that gargoyle down.
Oh, okay.
Well, not
That's
after.
fair.
It was like when I followed the gargoyle to where they were putting it, and then we came back to
Oh, yeah,
that
I guess
place.
it was the day before. Okay.
Yeah,
My apologies.
it's okay.
What'd you roll?
Also, I still have to roll my deception.
Yes.
With advantage, sure, since I fucked that up. It's been a while.
It's not gonna matter.
Oh, that's better. 18.
18.
It was a 5.
I sent him on an errand. He'll be back probably later this evening, but that's all.
Alright, I'm gonna subtract 1,000 gold from my inventory.
And I am dropping 500 from mine.
1,000. Oof, and he just like shoves them all down to the other side of the table. That's 2 hats.
And the gems. For...
And the 500 from me.
3, 4. Fantastic. Don't want the dust.
Hello, no, are you wanting the rest of the things?
It's something that'd be a really good ingredient for the cheesecake.
Puts it down underneath.
Here's the thing. I can't buy anything.
What have you all been spending your money on? How much?
I've got a lot of really cool stuff. Have I not showed you all my trinkets?
But you guys got paid for something?
I'm hoping to get paid again soon because I'm low now. Only got 42 gold left.
How
Do you
much?
think we could?
How much was the remainder?
100.
100?
Yeah.
I give you 96.
Oh, Gio.
It's like
I'll give 4 to
One.
contribute.
2. Oh god. Not again.
Actually, no,
just-
I only have 93.
I'll give 7 gold
All right. He kind of pulls
All
it
right.
back out.
to feel like I'm helping.
Careful. Very careful with this. You don't
All right,
want the wrong person to inhale it.
I am out of gold, and that doesn't matter because I hunt my own food anyway.
Is the dust heavy or light?
It's in Discord.
Does it say that it's heavy or light?
It's in Discord. I don't know. I didn't read all of it.
Oh, very
Very
fine
fine
sand.
sand.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have something cool I could do with that. I'm able to change the direction of the wind.
All right.
How do you do all this?
Storm stuff.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
So, remember I told you there was other people that have, like, elemental powers?
Oh.
Mine focuses on wind and lightning and thunder. So if it starts raining, I can make us stop raining right around us, and that's it.
But why would you stop the rain?
Because it's wet.
But it's so pretty.
Yes, we can look at it, but we just won't get wet from it.
But that's part of the fun. You can splash around.
I guess that's fair.
Yes, right. All good points about rain. Are you all done? And he's
Oh,
like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, wonderful.
Forgot
Yes.
you were here.
Other
I
people
put
to
on-
attend?
I put on my hat and started tuning to it, I assume.
Sure. Yeah. Right there in the store. Yeah, absolutely. You take off your old bowler hat and put on a top hat now?
Yep.
So sad. So many memories. Okay.
I put it
Bye,
under the other hat.
Leo.
That bowler's hat's gone a long way.
I will
yes.
put the bowler hat under the hats.
Perfect. Okay. I'll allow
I'll
it.
later.
You'll never guess what I have under my hat. Another
hat.
tiny hat.
I'll allow it. All right. Cool. So you guys make your way out, I guess, back into the streets of.
Bye, Leo.
Bye. Have a good day. Thank you for shopping at Good Yaps. Okay, get the fuck out.
He seems quite nice.
He was the nicest person I've met here so far.
The fact that that's kind of true is a bit depressing. Yeah. Although, actually, that barkeep dude's pretty cool.
Help me count. He's okay.
He's very friendly with Alona, though.
I didn't want to blow up his building. so
I
took
think
the
that
start.
I might be his best friend too.
He definitely wants you to be.
I don't think we have anything else to do for the rest of the day, do we?
Which
We just
bar
have
is
for
this?
dinner. The lucky coin.
Yeah, that's the one.
Am I familiar with this one?
Lucky coin?
Yeah.
You know of it.
It was a seedier one, right?
Yes.
For heroes and
Seedier-
rambunctious types.
Seedier than Imbrick Island bars, yeah, and taverns.
Be careful. That's all.
Oh, I need
Yeah,
to
he's
go
a
to.
good person.
You're
Just-
welcome, Bolt.
Thank you.
Okay, where do you guys want to go?
I need to go to an herb shop if I'm gonna make the Sleeping Beauty cheesecake. I need some catnip.
I guess I'll go look for a dinosaur to eat.
Jill, I do have a question to ask you.
Hmm?
Remember that wonderful vest you made me?
Maybe. This is Crab being like, maybe I think I did do that.
Would you be insulted if I regifted it in another's name? To
No, I
cause a
gave it
little
to you.
mischief? Wonderful.
This is with your will. I give it to you, and that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess I'll go look for a forest to go hunt a dinosaur in. Is there any fucking forests around here?
There's jungle outside the town, but
Yeah,
the
I'll go
dinosaurs
there.
tend to be bred more than wild.
Bread?
No, dinosaurs are meat, not bread.
That's what I was gonna say. High five.
Bred on ranches to be mounts
Most people
and
put
such.
ranch
Yeah.
on bread.
I'm gone. I'm gonna go look for something.
Okay. Just to help you out, and Percy would know this, to go from Imbrick to Dino Island is a little bit of a trek. Like,
Yeah.
As in
A Jurassic
days
trek?
of a trek. A Jurassic
is
trek,
it?
if you will.
Aw.
You can go if you want. I don't stop anyone. I just politely let you know of things.
We can do that when we
like-
come back after the wedding. I'll go with you and go beat up a dinosaur.
Yeah, sounds fun.
All right.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna have some more pressing matters after the wedding. Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but if we
don't-
find wild dinosaurs, we might find wild dinosaur eggs and
Yeah.
raise our own instead of forking out
Oh,
money.
yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking omelets.
Ooh, baby.
Any of you know how to hatch, much less raise wild creatures?
I
I
don't know. Look at
I
that.
raised
I eat
misfit.
them.
I can definitely lift them into the air if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Keep it fed,
There's
keep it
some
watered,
growth
keep it
up there.
alive. There we go.
So there's a dinner thing at the bee, like dessert thing, and that's it for today.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
I'm
we're
gonna
doing
go
this
fishing.
tonight? Oh, that's right. They're having the dinner. Then they're going back to your house for dessert, where we'll be there to make the fun stuff.
As you guys are talking about dinosaurs and eating them and killing them, Icarus is kind of just wrapped around Percy's like neck and shoulders. Just like,
You're too scrawny. It's okay.
Icarus starts coming.
I think you're big and strong, Icarus.
he hears Scrawny and just kind of perches up on her shoulder and kind of like spreads the wings out.
Perfect.
I think you're big and strong. Pat his head.
All right, so there's like a bay. I'm gonna go to that bay and start swimming and eating.
Jill
fish.
found a bay.
No,
Where at? You want to ping it on the map there?
the water area.
Over there?
Oh, the
Okay.
lake.
Okay.
He just wants to go swimming.
I want to swim and eat fish and ducks.
Sure.
Doing his crocodile.
Yes.
That was the most like monotone yes I could hope for.
Go
That's
ahead and roll a survival check there, Jill. How long you want to stay out there for?
Until I had to come back for dessert.
Okay.
Just in case something fucking goes down again.
Okay.
That dice is going in jail. So that was like, what is it again? Survival? Alright, I have a pretty good survival. If I remember correctly. 12.
A 12? Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Alright, you're gonna be out there for a little bit.
That's fine.
Maybe like 2. Man, you were fishing in a 12. Okay, it's probably going to be about 2-3 hours of fishing out there. Now, you're going to come back with a pretty decent haul, but it is going to take you a little bit of time.
I mean, I'm eating them as soon as I get them.
Unfamiliar waters, yeah. Okay, cool. What do you guys want to do as Geo kind of just takes off?
I gotta go shopping for groceries.
Okay.
I'm gonna kind of try to push folks towards a private area sooner rather than later. We gotta have that kind of conversation about what I've learned.
Okay. Who are you pushing towards or where now?
Tell us things.
After the groceries, I thought we were going to the Blades.
I will let. Looking around at the party here, someone's going to need to escort our friend Volt here so he doesn't get lost while getting groceries.
I don't get lost. I do get lost.
Said the guy with a map in the desert. I don't get lost.
I literally have a map
Technically,
right
you
now.
did get found though, so
Yes. So did I get lost?
Yes,
Yeah, you
you
were
did.
lost and then found.
That's fair. By the way, I am holding a map now, and it is upside down.
Volt,
Hmm.
flip that over.
That makes
Can I
so
just
much more sense.
Right at the top of the map, I'm gonna write top, and I'll write this end up. And then at the bottom, I'll write
Yeah, obscure is an important
That's
place
fair.
he has to go.
yeah, and I'll circle
Alright.
the place he wants to go.
So I definitely need to talk to Styx for sure. Could leave alone. I'll just frustrate Kayla, but I'm not going to.
Fuck you!
Volt, go see what you can get, and we'll meet you back at the Glory Hounds. Okay?
Okay.
Are we sure
If
he
we don't
should
see
go?
you soon, we'll go find you in the markets.
Percy, do you have there's pots and pans at the house, right? Do I have to get
I will send Misfit with him.
Oh, yes.
It's a good plan. Good to have a hangout day with Misfit.
Just sort of keep an eye on him, and if he gets into trouble, just scoop him up and bring him back to us. I'm only doing this because you're my favorite, and I trust you. And I'm gonna give those little jaw bolts a nice scratch.
Yep.
And a little kiss on the nose.
Just Misfit kind of just strolls up next to you, Volt, and kind of like wraps around and off to your right.
Alright, I'm gonna kneel down and hold the map in front of him. So I was thinking of going there. Yes?
He like takes his paw up and like and just looks up at you. Just looks up at you. And just points his nose in the map.
Alright, we'll go there.
Oh, he's such a good boy.
He pointed like over here.
Looking for the nearest wall cart.
Yep. Wall cart?
Mm-hmm.
He pointed up in that direction.
Alright, we'll go there.
Okay.
That looks very residential, but okay.
Just up in that general area.
Knocking someone's house.
Yep.
Do you have some sugar?
Some graham crackers and some catnip. Okay. Frey and Ilona and Percy and Six. What are you guys doing?
Oh, while
I'm trying to drag off to.
While I'm swimming, I'll turn into like. What would it turn into?
The Loch Ness monster.
Can I do that? I thought it was like a humanoid person.
With the hat of disguise?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure.
The basics I remember is like 1 foot taller, shorter.
It's a humanoid
appearance. Yeah.
Is this an illusion, right? So if you touch it, you can.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just be a regular human guy.
But like a big.
Okay.
No, just a regular human guy.
Okay, you want to be like a foot shorter than what you already are?
Yeah, and then you see like when I open my mouth to eat stuff, it just floats.
Okay. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. We're gonna come back to your fishing here in a little bit. We'll play with that.
Glorious.
We'll play with that. Okay.
Just let some rich person's pleasure boat go right past him.
We're getting there. I'll come back to that. All right. So while the four of you think of what you want to do, I'm gonna take Volt shopping here real quick. So Volt.
Yeah.
You and Misfit start walking up in that general direction, and as you get up there, you start seeing that as you kind of walk up and down this road, you're not really seeing any shops or anything, but you do kind of come back down over this way, so it wasn't too far off. This is kind of this is where you guys originally came in. This is some more of the like marketplace kind of atmosphere to it. There are some of the dinosaurs kind of walking around through here and everything, and kind of asking around. Go ahead and just do a general just do like a perception check.
Okay.
Can Misfit help him?
Sure.
A 20.
You're welcome.
So as you kind of like walk around and stuff, eventually this dwarven guy comes up and as you're asking and notices Misfit. And he's like, "Oh, look at the construction on you there!" And he's like looking him over. He's like, "Oh, what a good boy!" And he's like shaking.
Oh, don't touch! Don't touch! 5 feet back. He has an alarm.
He's just like, "Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know. All right. I see like your CNI construct there or something."
Yes, without him, I would be lost.
Oh, that's quite touching. You said you were looking for like groceries there, or what?
Yeah. Okay. I need some dairy, some graham crackers, uncooked corn.
What are you making?
A cheesecake.
It's the strangest cheesecake I've ever. All right, but that's
the
fine.
corn's for popcorn afterward. It's if there's any left.
No, I'm not gonna judge. No, it's fine. It's okay. All right, and he's gonna kind of point behind him. If you just go right over there, you're looking for the big brontosaurus looking. Do you know what a brontosaurus is?
It's the long neck one, right?
That's right. Yeah. Just go over there. It's kind of odd. You have to kind of like knock on the leg, and then it lowers the store down.
That is awesome.
Just knock on the leg there. Okay, but then back up a little bit.
All right. Thank you.
Not a problem? All right. And he kind of like reaches for me. Oh, nope, sorry.
Yeah, service animal.
Okay, yeah, right. Okay.
Have a good day.
You too.
Aww.
Okay.
Service animal.
Mhm.
I will knock on the Pronto's leg.
All right. So as you walk over there, and then as you knock on the leg, it kind of like retracts its leg down to where it was, and then slowly starts to lower. And as it lowers, you can see now there is a dinosaur on the back, right? And this store is more like, it's not stone or like brick or anything. It's more like thatched and woodwork on the outside. More of like a what we would imagine like more like a tropical hut kind of a feel to it. But
Cool.
decently large for being on, it's back of a dinosaur. But yeah, as it lowers down, you can see in the front it says it says BBS. That's all it says on it.
BBS.
BBS.
Okay. I will go up into the BBS.
All right, cool. Roll a perception check again as you walk in.
What does it stand?
I don't know. 23.
Okay. So as you walk in, one of the things that really hits you right off the bat as you walk into the store is this, like a cloud of a big fog cloud of just smoke, and the smoke has this very distinct smell to it. Not bad like shit or anything. It's like very pungent, very kind of almost like intoxicating, and makes you a little dizzy at first, just because you've never smelled anything like this before. It kind of oh god, okay. But you kind of like make your way in, and it is actually a little hard to see in here, even with your 23. You can see fine, but it is just kind of walking your way through the fog. And when you walk in, and he kind of hears you coughing a little bit, he goes, yeah, hello, can I help you? I'll be right out. 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay. Kind
This
of
place is weird.
Okay, you kind of come out, and after about 30 seconds or so, this it's like a big oval shaped room. Okay, like this person could basically live in here, and you do see off in the one corner there's like an actual like hammock kind of thing up in the corner, and there is no like counter or anything. It's just a whole bunch of like shelves on the walls here, and it basically looks like you just walked into someone's house, but there is stuff on the shelves. Looks like it's for purchase, right? And coming from like where the Brontosaurus's neck would be, there's like a little like a beaded curtain kind of thing, and this little halfling walks out, and he goes, he has like a little staff with him, a little pipe, right? A little like a big what are those hats called? Like a big straw hat on him, dressed in like browns and greens and everything like that. He goes, "What's up, man?
Hey,
How can I help you?"
I need some stuff first. What is your store
Stuff
name?
first. Stuff is good. I have stuff. What's that?
What was the name of your store? This is BBS.
Yeah, it's my name's Broen. This is the Brontosaurus store, the BBS, the
That
Bro,
makes
if
perfect
you will.
sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
What do you need? You said you need stuff. I got stuff.
I do. I need uncooked corn. I need milk. I need graham crackers and catnip.
What kind of party are you throwing? Like what?
A lot of people keep asking me that. It's just a
I mean, it's just a random list, man. It's just random.
That's what lists are just random things put on a list.
I know, but like, okay, well, that's fair. All right, but like so you had like milk, and what was the one? The graham crackers or something?
The graham crackers,
right?
and then
That makes
uncooked
sense.
corn.
Graham crackers, milk makes sense to me.
Yeah, and then uncooked corn is for popcorn. But if you put caramel on it, which is just sugar that's put on a pan, you can then make it and put it on top, which makes a very sweet popcorn on top of the cheesecake.
Okay,
the
last
catnip.
catnip. No clue. Where are we going with that one?
That is for a surprise for one of my friends. I'm putting a prank on them to make them fall asleep.
Okay, all right, that's kind of funny. Okay, no, that's fine. All right, cool. I might be able to help you out with some of that. I don't know if I have catnip, but what are you trying to do? What kind of prank are you trying to throw?
It's trying to make someone fall asleep, but I don't want to give them nightmares, so I'm trying to do something that's like easy on them.
You want to make them fall asleep?
Yeah.
Okay. I might have something better than catnip, dude.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. I'll tell you what.
To your expertise, I'm down for it.
Yeah, absolutely. You try. All right. Yeah. You came to the right place. All right. Just
Well, you're on a brontosaurus, so like I don't think I'm gonna go anywhere else anymore.
Yeah, we have dinosaurs here. This is pretty cool, right? Oh, this is Charlie, by the way. You just hear this line.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Charlie. He follows me everywhere because we have a
This
store
is-
together. Yeah.
And this is Misfit, my service dragon.
Service. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
No judgment zone, man. All right.
At this point, I don't think we should be surprised with either things. You just talked to a Rano. I have a robot dragon.
He's just doing this for like a hot second.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll be right back. And he's going to disappear
Okay.
behind that beaded curtain for a second. And you can walk around. There's all kinds of shit in here.
Nope.
Milk, graham crackers, and corn.
Uncooked corn.
Sure. Yep, all that stuff's there. Fine. Yep, cool. This is the BBS, man. We got all kinds
Yeah,
of
the
random shit.
BBS.
All right, cool. So he walks back out. He's carrying this wooden box. And it's very ornate. It has like all these cool like different vines kind of going. It's like multicolored, kind of like a darker wood with lighter woods underneath of it. And he's like, table. Actually, hold on. And he kind of like holds his hand. He's holding the box. He holds his hand up, and out from the floors, like some of the vines start to just kind of slowly come up from the floor, and just make like this little makeshift table, like right in the middle. It kind of glows like these lighter greens and yellows as he's doing it, but the wood like thickens and makes this little table right in the middle. And he sets the box down on it.
That was awesome.
Thanks, man. Actually, you know what? Hold on, 1 second. Charlie! And he kind of like stomps to the floor a little bit, and you just feel the whole store just start to lift up. We don't need any unwelcome visitors. All right, check this out. And as Charlie's lifting the store up, he opens the box.
Okay.
And inside the box is some sort of plant-like material. It's green and actually a couple different colors. Go ahead and make a nature check, just to see if you know remotely anything about
Probably.
what's going on.
A 20.
A 20. Okay. So you were looking for catnip because you wanted to like play a prank and want to make someone fall asleep. So you know that there's like herbs in the world that can do different kind of things. In fact, you're a cleric, yeah? And do you have the Feigned Death spell?
Not yet. Well, I think it's the first time I could.
Okay, you could. Okay. I'm pretty sure there's material components to that. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of dust.
I can find out.
It's like graveyard dust or some... Anyway, it's some sort of fucked up dust of like a dead person or some shit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But you know that there's things that are out in the world that you can mix into spells and things that will... you need the material components to do so, right? So he opens this box up, and inside are these large, like almost like grapefruit size, green and orange and purple, just clumps of just mass. It almost looks like if you were to touch it, it almost has like a slimy coating on the outside, like a moss to it. There's two big balls of them.
What is that called?
Kind of like looks around. Are we alone? Oh yeah, I guess we are. He just starts cracking up a little bit. Oh man. Okay.
Has he been partaking from his own supply?
This
Never
guy.
get high on your own supply, man. This is called Pele. And he kind of giggles a little bit.
Okay.
P-E-L-L-I. Pele. This. You said when you wanted the catnip, you wanted to make them fall asleep. You just wanted to fuck them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How long did you
Like
want
for
them to sleep for?
Like a couple hours. I was thinking about baking it into the cheesecake.
Okay. All right. If I may.
Okay.
If I may. What you could do, and he goes over to one of the shelves and gets some butter, and he comes over. He goes, just saying, if you wanted to. You could actually take this and kind of melt it in with the butter a little bit.
Okay.
And you said just a couple hours, not like a day or two. Like really make someone feel good.
Yeah, probably a day. Let's go with a day.
A
that
day?
seems safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you took about maybe like a quarter of one of these balls and kind of melted it in with the butter a little bit and made like some sort of cake. I don't know, maybe cheesecake might not be the right way, but some sort of cake or
Buttercream pie?
Or brownies? Have you ever made brownies?
Ooh,
before?
brownies can work.
Oh my god.
Brownies.
Brownies are kind of my thing. My name's Broen. My friends call me Bro. You can call me Bro. But Broen's brownies. It's something that I've like thought of doing in addition to the BBS. I haven't really like got it up at the ground and running yet because this is necessarily illegal.
Oh, well, I do have time. Do you want to make like a quick batch?
Oh my god.
God.
I do need to test it out and see if I can figure out how to make it work.
Do you want to test it out?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh no, Misfit, help!
Misfit's just like, okay. He's just like, I don't fucking know what's going on. All right. Okay. What should we do? Okay. 1 second. And he's gonna like kind of go to where you came in. And he like opens the door. Now you guys are up in the air, but he like flips aside for no reason and closes the door back. And he goes. I'll be right back. And he goes back through the beaded curtain, and you just. Okay. And he comes back in. He's like, "All right, Charlie's gonna. All right, we're good. He's taking us out of the city. Just. This is probably not good to do this in here. We're not gonna go too far. Do you have any plans?
Later to make this dessert.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. What time is your dessert thing?
After dinner, so maybe like 8.
Oh no, okay, that's plenty of time. Okay, we're just gonna go like outside the city just to like give us some space.
Okay.
Okay.
God.
Oh, this is awesome. Hey, what's your name, by the way, man? I didn't even get your name.
I'm Volt.
Volt?
Voltal,
Oh,
but you can
what's
just
up?
call me
Like,
Volt.
he puts his fist out for like a.
I gave him a fist bump.
Yeah, awesome. All right, you're cool. I like you, man. All right, cool. Let's do this. All right, cool. But you still
I think I might have
to
taken my famous shot. That's no, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
how much is that?
I don't want to be that guy. And be like,
No, how much is
I
it?
just want to make sure you pay for the other stuff.
Yeah, you never give me a price.
It's like I don't know, like a silver.
Okay, I can do that.
Cool. All right, this is gonna be fun.
This is a bad idea.
Cool.
I love this guy.
We will come back to this shenanigans in a moment as Charlie walks you guys out of the city.
You guys get the feeling something really bad's gonna happen while he's gone?
Nah, he'll be
No,
fine.
Misfit will watch over him. He'll make sure he doesn't do anything illegal or stupid.
He's a young man. He's got to experience life.
Something bad always happens when somebody is away from the group.
Yeah, but he's still with the group. Misfit's part of the group.
Well, the
And
last
you
time
and
Volt went off
Six
with
was
only
still-
one other person from the group, they also stole and murdered a gargoyle, so that was a thing.
And
And
he was sort of asking for it.
and by that logic, you and Styx was still with the group when you were beating the shit out of each other.
Yes, we were
I'm
training.
alright.
I'm learning that really the buddy system is probably detrimental to us. Just as a
It could be who partners up with who as well.
The buddy system is detrimental.
We haven't
So-
found the right buddies.
Are we going to have sort of like an assigned buddy system?
Oh, I don't think that will.
Can
end up
Misfit be
working
my
either.
buddy? Dibs. Dibs on Misfit.
Oh, I called Misfit.
No, I called dibs on him. I called dibs on him when I was 8 years old. So,
Can I have your little wrist spider? He seems cool.
no, I called dibs on him too. And Lincoln. All 4 of us.
Hey! It's not a buddy.
Hey. That just leaves me with my rat and an Acheron.
Fine, by that logic, I mean, I have my
So these are my buddies.
like, face god. He's my buddy. Ugh.
Speaking of your face god, how is he? You talked to him. Is he doing okay? Did he ask you about me? Did you tell him I was good?
There's a segue in a conversation. Speaking of your
Right,
face
so
guy,
again, about that, rather not talk about that in public, get somewhere a little less likely to get eavesdropped on. Yeah.
Where did you guys want to walk to? Back to the House of Blades or to the Glory Hounds? Where'd you guys want to go?
Where are we at right now?
That's up to you. You guys had left Ivgaff's. Volt started taking off one way. Geo went another, a little ahead before before Volt did. So you guys are free to walk. I just didn't know if one of those 2 places you were going to.
Well, I think kind of our end goal is to be back over in over by the House of Blades anyway, so might as well go there now, huh? Unless you guys had something else you needed to do.
Nah, I'm alright.
Well, I think I'm ready for the event tonight. Probably. Her dress is totally screwed because that's what she put 6 in. Her stockings are all ripped.
It's like scorch marks
We
everywhere.
should probably see if Volt can help mend those. Either way, yeah. So let's go back to the House of Blades for now. And when we get there,
Yeah. Okay. Yep. You
Fast
walk
travel.
Yep. And when you walk into the House of Blades, you hear coming down the hallway.
Lord.
You hear from down the hallway just. Bob, do it, and just hear something crash
What are you doing?
coming from the kitchen.
I'm sure they're fine.
I'm just gonna yell that and just stand there waiting for them to come and explain themselves with the one word they know.
Oh, you're just yelling for them?
Yep, I'm essentially, what are you doing? From the doorway.
When you get, are you going back to the kitchen?
No, I'm like standing in the foyer,
Oh, okay.
the entry hall.
Oh, okay.
And yelling at
So you're
them.
yelling.
Yep.
Go ahead and just roll a straight like strength check just to see how loud you can belt this.
Oh, that wasn't bad. That was 13.
You hear like a lull in the crashing and banging of the Bob and the Dennis. And then it starts again.
I'm
You
sure
get
they're
the idea
fine.
that maybe they were like checking to see if they heard what they heard.
If we-
else.
If we don't let them fight it out, then they're just going to keep fighting further. They sort of have to clash to.
Have you had siblings?
I misfit. Although
Yeah,
we
actually,
never
I mean-
really fought.
Pots and pans.
I also
during
need to make
training,
sure.
we had some special argument pits, is what we referred to them as. Door would get shut, no one goes in or out for a while, and people come out feeling a little bit better about situations.
And you
and-
make sure that nothing breakable is in there.
That's the important one, yeah.
And I start marching to the kitchen.
As you make your way about halfway through the dining room, the Bob and Dennis come spilling out the door. They're rolling on top of each other. Bob, Dennis, Bob! And it looks like they're trying to punch each other, but like in the wimpy way where like they're like slap punching, but not really. They're just like trying to fight, but they're not. No one's really getting anything accomplished. While you're
stand there
looking
and-
at it.
I'm just going to stand there and pointedly watch them until they realize that we're there.
Okay. Probably takes like a good 10-15 seconds.
Mhm.
They just look at each other. They don't say anything. And then and at the same time, when they're silent for a minute, and then they both point at each other and go, Bob Dennis! At the same time. They're just holding. They're just waiting.
Obviously, you're both at fault. Because
Bob Dennis!
neither of you had to fight.
They're both saying this all at the same time. Bob Dennis! Bob Dennis! Bob Dennis! Bob Dennis! They're both just, now they're just arguing.
Bob, Dennis.
I wish there was two of me. This would be so much easier.
It doesn't matter who started the fight. I'm ending it.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
All right.
Roll intimidation check, Ilona.
My first and only intimidation check. Oh god.
You get two fighting warforged this time.
Ugh. I will do the gold sparkly one.
Sure.
Oh no. 10.
They just kind of both look at you at the same time. Then they look at each other, and then they look back at Persephone again.
That was incredibly insulting.
What
I
did you
mean, she
break
is basically
in
their
the
mom.
kitchen?
This is like her house and all.
What did you break in the kitchen?
They both shrug.
I start marching to the kitchen.
Okay, so there's no real perception check for this. Yeah, so as you walk in, so there's like those the breakfast nooks and that little island in the kitchen and the pots and pans and the sink and the stove. Yeah, there's like food thrown on the floor. And, like the oven drawer is open. There's like a burner on, just burner somehow got turned on. The sink is on, spraying. The breakfast nook is kind of thrown around a little bit. It's still like it's kind of like indented into the wall a little bit, but it's like cracked on the one side.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Bob, Dennis.
We kind of got to get this cleaned up so Volt can cook tonight, though. That's a thing.
Bob, Dennis, I expect this to be clean within the hour.
And they kind of like solemnly shake their head. And Bob goes over to Dennis and like pushes him and goes, Bob.
Don't you dare
And he's like-
start that
And
again.
he goes, Dennis. And he's like pushing his hand away. And he walks up and he hands you one of the a card.
Okay. What to say?
It says, wondering where the Count and Countess are for evening preparations. And there's a little dash. And at the bottom it says, Darastrix.
Darastrix?
Darastrix.
Can you put that in chat for me real quick?
Sure.
Is that two separate words? Darastrix?
No, I like mine better.
Well, fine.
So, I don't recognize... Is it a drow name?
Go ahead and make just make a history check.
Okay. Not fantastic. 15?
It doesn't ring as a drow name.
Okay.
In fact, that name doesn't ring any real bells in particular.
So, like, could be an alias? Or just, I can't tell what ethnicity.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
But since you asked specifically, is it a drow name? No, I'll tell you it's not.
Okay. Who exactly visited and handed this to you?
And so he goes, Bob. Bob. And he like actually he gestures that he handed him a card, right? Bob.
But Bob, you never go out. Why would you write this note?
And he looks over at he's like, Bob.
No, I think he's saying this.
He's like he can't see a smile. He's like Bob.
Finger guns. Yeah, he gets it.
Female?
Dennis goes, Dennis.
So male.
Bob.
Well dressed?
And now Bob and Dennis are standing next to each other like some sort of game.
Well dressed?
Dennis.
As well dressed as anyone in my family?
Bob. Dennis. And he goes, Bob. They're like pushing each other over the answer to that. Bob.
Middle-aged?
They both shrug.
Elven?
They both shake their head no.
Human?
Bob.
Tabaxi?
They're like charade now. They're like
Giant. Orc. Half orc.
They're
Vampire.
making like little finger names with their things.
Tiefling.
Tiefling.
And you're like,
Dragonborn?
Bob.
Dragonborn?
Dragonborn. Dragon. Like Misfit.
No.
Misfit delivered the note. That doesn't make any sense.
So
Dragonborn.
Darastrix is a dragonborn of some sort then.
And Dennis looks around real quick and he points to the paper that's like white.
White Dragonborn.
White Dragonborn.
Am I
Darastrix.
familiar with any white Dragonborn in the city?
Make another history check.
Am I familiar with any white dragonborn in the city?
Make a history check.
Am I familiar with any white dragonborn in the city?
Crit!
All right, okay, all right. I like it. Very good.
Total 27.
What?
I've got a 19.
19. Okay, Cody, you said you want to do a history. You can do a history.
I
check
would
if you
have
want.
absolutely no reason to. I've never
Nope.
been here before.
Not a clue. But we'll see how it goes.
All right.
Sticks, would you like to roll just to see if you've
Yeah,
ever
why
heard of a
not?
dragonborn in the city?
Oh, roll.
Yeah, Jill, roll to see if you've ever heard of a dragonborn.
I got a
11.
6. I don't know shit.
All right. Okay.
I suddenly have the thought. Nah, I'm eating.
And back to
White
Fitz.
dragonborn in the city. Why do I know that?
So, I'll do Ilona first. Ilona, when you've been here before in the city of Inbrook, right? And White Dragonborn, you could swear that like maybe you've seen a White Dragonborn in this city before, and from their description, was very well dressed. But that's about all you really remember, because the Glory Hounds were on Inbrook mainland, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you saw a White Dragonborn once.
I know him.
Like, yeah, best friends. Total 20 history. Sticks, I would say the only thing that really kind of jumps out at you with a history check like that would be like White Dragonborn. That's odd considering everything odd in this city is like frowned upon kind of thing. Now for you, Percy.
That's
So
completely
before
different
earlier when you
circumstance.
said, do you recognize that name? I said no, right? But when they piece together this charade puzzle, which by the way, Warforged charades is pretty great. Would that be like war charades or charade forged? Or forged charades?
Forged charades.
Someone think of that while we're going.
It's forged charades.
Cody's
Forged
on it. Cody's on it.
charades.
We're fine. We'll just give him a minute. So while you guys are playing this game, and then you realize it's a well-dressed white dragonborn. When you left about a month and a half, 2 months ago or so, right? You recall that the House of Courts, maybe a couple months beforehand, you never met him, but you do recall like your father and mother talking about a new liaison to the elves.
Okay.
Oh, so he's there.
Lord Valvis and
Messengers.
Lady Alatina.
Those are names.
A couple months back.
Okay. Interesting.
A new liaison to the Lord and Lady. That's what I'll say with that crit. Because again with the crit, you never met him before, never seen him before, but those two pieces clickety-clack together from the charades. So,
That is most
Bob and Dennis, you're welcome.
curious. That is most curious, considering they would not likely hire outside of the elves. I wonder what his role in all this is. Well, I shall have
What?
to...
If
Hmm.
we fixed... Oh, I don't know that there's other dads underneath the... Okay, hold on. Whew, let me start over. What if we fix the one that's been sort of beaten up, but programmed him to say that
So,
the wife, your mother died?
I feel like that's a bit much.
I mean, she was in sort of a pretty terrible shape whenever we found her. I don't think it's too far of a stretch.
there's a few issues with that, one of which is the imposter was in fair shape. 2, I am not entirely sure how to program that sort of machine. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I would need much more time than we actually have.
Can Alana take a look at it? Because she's never actually looked at it.
You guys are in the House of Blades here. You guys are safe to do whatever you want.
I could pull
Oh,
out the body.
I'll go take a look while Frey talks about his, like through the whole conversation of Frey talking about his Veyron, I'm gonna be working and like chatting at the same time.
Okay.
Multitasking.
All right. Gio, while you're out fishing,
Oh, cool.
every now and again, you do kind of like go up to the top of the water. There's a passing boat every now and again. Some sailboats. You do recognize from your time back in Azeroth, like a steamboat kind of thing, kind of chug it along.
Gotcha.
You do get a couple odd looks seeing just some random dude swimming around the water who just dives below and comes up every now and again, just chomping on something that's, again, it's kind of hard to see because you're kind of far away, but you are getting some odd looks of just random dude out in the middle of the bay just swimming around.
This is fine. Look,
You still
Where to begin? Growing up in a bunker alone with only her father and her mechanical dragon, Misfit, Ilona Lewin often felt isolated and alone for the first 24 years of her existence. Forbidden from venturing into the apocalyptic wasteland she was told lay beyond the bunker door, she often dreamed of having her own adventures. After her father left one day and never returned, she had no choice but to leave home and was enthused to discover the world that she thought had been destroyed was so alive. There was so much beauty, so much wonder, so many new friends to meet, and Ilona wasn't going to waste any time. She set off with nothing but her father's coat and her mechanical best friend to find answers to so many of the questions she had. Did bees really have knees? What did the ocean look like? I wonder if there are actually fish larger than dragons, like I've read about. There were so many adventures to be had. So why had her father locked her away and kept her from knowing such a wonderful and magnificent place filled with so many great people? Ilona made friends with anyone she had even half a conversation with, but soon found herself closely bonded with a group of adventurers training to be part of the Glory Hounds, a marvelous skill that she had already accidentally sort of stumbled into, but she is officially a member. Probably. Choosing to stay with these gearhearts, Ilona soon began to learn that this world was not as perfect as she first thought it to be. So many friends in this world would lie and hurt people. There was a darkness to the world that even she couldn't avoid seeing. But never fear, this girl was raised on fairy tales, stories where monsters were always slain, good always triumphs over evil, and the heroes always stand victorious. It's going to take a lot more than evil plots and devious villains to make Ilona, regret ever leaving that bunker.
Styx ain't had the easiest of lives, but what he has lived through has made him the goblin he is today. He was born and raised in this tiny village situated in the forest that surrounds the Shadowvale Mountains. Life was peaceful until the night the heroes came to visit and threw his life into darkness. Alone and afraid in a world he didn't understand, he sought shelter in the only place he could find, the ruins he had heard about as a child buried deep within the Shadowvale Mountain. Just one problem with that: the ruins weren't empty. The years passed filled with pain, fear and solitude until he was rescued by his now closest friend Kylar. This fateful day would change Styx's life forever. He was no longer alone in the world. He had friends, he had a family, he had a cause to fight for. Styx is now a blood hunter and a member of the Claret Order, those who fight against the darkness and the things that would use the darkness as a weapon. His training now complete, he has decided to travel and expand his knowledge of the world and the secrets it hides. Eventually, his travels led him to Lower Azeroth and the Guild Hall of the Glory Hounds. Little did Styx know that this one act of accepting work would have such a big impact on his life. Styx now has some new comrades and new friends to explore the world with, and new ways to look at the world. He has found a talent for magic he didn't know about, and through this magic, his familiar, Acheron. The shadows of his past are once again looming behind Styx, but Styx knows he has friends to help him. He ain't alone anymore, and he ain't afraid anymore. He's still the same goblin he's always been, but one thing he knows for sure. It's true what they say, mate. What don't kill you can scar you for life. But the drink helps.
Well, hello there. Name's Gilas Woodtick. My friends call me Gio. I'm a lizard folk, as you can plainly see. And this here is my introduction. I was born in what most Saskans called the Savage Swamplands. I, however, called it home, till I was run out for hunting too much. Ugh, bunch of bull. They were just jealous I was better at hunting than them. Where was I? Oh yeah, left swamp. Yeah, I left the swamp. Eventually found myself in the company of some soft-skinned mercs. They needed some muscle. I obliged. Spent a long time with them. Grew fond of them. And then one day, they died. A rival company, the Red Buzzards, thought we were moving in on their turf. So, they killed all of them. Except me. Thought they could make a spectacle of me. So they sent me over to an arena to fight forever till I died. I wasn't happy with this. So, one day, during a really nasty riot, I snuck out and escaped. I got nicked on the way out though, so I had to lay low for a few months while that healed. Eventually, when I was good and ready, I heard rumors of a new merc company opening up in Azeros, so I made my way there to hide myself among them, gather some strength and information, so I can kill me some red buzzards. And that's how I met the Glory Hounds.
Freylost Akra has always been a strong-minded sort, even from his early days among the orphans abandoned at the gates of Grimjaw's compound. He was hand-selected to undergo training to become an elite shock trooper under the God tier to maintain order throughout the known lands. He maintained this reputation during his training, holding a standing record for returning other platoons as lost flags, as well as a record for the most successful captures on training missions and the most, disciplinary paperwork for refusal of orders. He was an excellent shock trooper with a bit of a mind of his own, and may have risen high among those of lofty ideals were it not for that day. That fateful day, wherein he was ordered to take part in the summary execution of a small village of reformed criminals for not more than seeking a better life than the one levied upon them by the prisons they had slowly broken free of. You see, while the rest of his squad saw hardened criminals, Freylost saw people trying to make the most of what they had, far away from any who could come to harm for it. While the rest of his squad fell too, Freylost fell away, off into the wilds until he hit a point where he could run no more, drifting off into sleep. In his dreams, he was made an offer, a chance to understand why the world behaved the way it did, why it could be so brutal, so unforgiving, and more importantly, how he could change it. All he need do was step away from his home and squad, and continue seeking power under the guidance of this new force. He awoke with an unfamiliar mask, an unfamiliar guide, and an all too familiar need to take action.
My name is Tixon. I'm the rogue sorcerer kobold of the party. I escaped my warren and wandered until after a lot of fights, near-death experiences, realizing having small legs is terrible for traveling. I found Azeros under the Glory Hounds Guild, where, after I met the party and joined in all of their adventures, I've been through a trip in fucking half. Gained my magic from some weird dragon god thing, helping the Glory Hounds save the town, making sure a family feud didn't break out in the middle of the city. Since we left, well, all that's happened there, faced the fallen, the Warforged are fighting for him. Well, in the background, all I know is my friend got kidnapped by him too. I'll do anything to make sure they are okay. One day let's kill that dragon that controls my warren, free my people. There's I ain't got too much else to say. Just here to help my friends and make sure that I leave the world better than I find it.
Oh, hi. I was told to introduce myself. I'm Voltal, a 15-year-old storm chaser. My friends call me Volt. I got the nickname because I like storms. I know, shocking, right? Did I get that pun right? Is that okay? Is that good? Okay, good. Well, I'm from a small island named Akari in the Sea of Radiance. My home is known for elementals fighting off the coast every 10 years. I was on the beach for one of these fights, watching a giant snake made of clouds fighting a water elemental. After that, I was hooked. It made me want to become a storm chaser. So I headed to the mainland to see if I could find any other storms that aren't on my island. Some people tell me I get excited when I talk about storms, but what can I say? They're so cool. I really hope that I can find other people who like storms. Yeah, like crazy storms, like when the wind blows from a cold to a hot and makes a tornado that can destroy an entire village by just going through it. Wait, we're out of time? No, but it was just getting good.
Persephone Sharonford Vanderoth Kearney de Renard III, fourth child of Viscount Zephyros de Renard, daughter of the House of Blades. At your service. But don't let my good breeding fool you. My family not only rules Theros with the other 3 houses, but we also control its military. As a child, instead of playing with dolls and learning how to arrange flowers, like my sisters, I studied combat and tactics with my brothers, and I was rather good at it. Then I discovered engineering and constructed my first firearm, Requiem. Life was going well, until I overheard my parents discussing an arranged marriage for me. Having already been thoroughly disillusioned about the bliss that is usually associated with marriage, I did the only thing I could. Claimed I was going for a long visit with Great Aunt Rosalind in Upper Azeros, took the longer route by land, and remained in Lower Azeros instead. I calculated it would be around 2 months before anyone showed up looking for me, by which time I would be long gone, a false name hiding my trail. Unfortunately, I miscalculated. Far too soon I heard that my eldest sister, Calypso, was in town looking for me. My miscalculation, father's choice and agent, and the sudden discovery that a band of thugs have been seeking to kidnap Calypso left me less than ecstatic. I had little choice but to reveal my identity to my new allies, and escort my sister back to the safety of our estate in Imbric, hopefully drawing out the brigands in the process. So far, things are going about as well as everything else lately.
Look,
Do you still
the
look
people
dapper
don't
as
like.
fuck with a tiny hat and such, or what are you looking like as this random dude?
It's a top hat. My explanation is like everyone's like, hey, fuck all non-human guys or whatever. So I thought being a human would look more normal.
Yeah, it's not. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
All right. Oh, that's a 16.
Yeah, so the looks that you're gathering that it's not so much that it's because you're a crocodile out in the middle of the water eating fish, because you're not. You're a human, so it's not so much that you're getting looks because you're a human. It's more that you're getting looks that you're some dude out in the middle of the bay, swimming around, coming up every now and again with like a little bit of like a fish tail hanging in your mouth as you slurp it down, and then go back under.
He's a sushi aficionado. I don't know why these guys got to be so racist about it.
Yeah, no one's stopping you or anything. Just getting some weird looks. Just some one person just swimming around.
I'm fine with that. I keep fishing.
All right, cool. Styx, what are you and Frey doing while Percy and Alone are about to inspect this android-looking thingy?
I don't know. What are we doing?
Right. Well, since everyone else is busy, actually, you might be the best person to talk to about this. So I talked with Varun a little bit more, and he mentioned something that this ritual could be. Seems like it's pretty sure it is, in fact, and it's something that's apparently been attempted before. You ever heard of anything about Lolth kind of trying to come here to the prime material plane?
Styx, I'll help you out with this too, because I do have my notes. I just didn't send them to you. I have them ready to scan, man.
Hey.
And I didn't scan them, so that's my apology. When I did that scan earlier, that was like practice. I was like, oh, it works, and I didn't do it because I was at work. But so I apologize. So, would you like to relay all of what I'm about to tell you to Frey, or do you want to just give him bits and pieces?
No, I'll tell him everything about Loth that I know, and Is it Salvatrum? Yeah.
So
those
why
two are
don't
connected.
you role play out what you know, and then I'll fill in the blanks as we go. How about that? Just so you can have that conversation. Do you guys want to talk while they're inspecting this android, or you want to go into like different room altogether, or where do you want to go?
We'll chat there. I mean, I'm not trying to keep it secret from anybody at this point. They're just preoccupied.
Okay.
Or are we investigating the
And
android?
and you two are looking at the android thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you pull it out of the bag. All folded up, so you have to like unfold it again. And as you lay it on the ground, again, you don't see the face of your father on this thing. This face was almost Warforged in a way, but the Warforged at least have like eye slits and like somewhat of like a mouth area. This is just straight sheen metal across the face. It's like a little darker gunmetal kind of gray to it. And some of the other places where you guys have like ruptured some of the outer shell. Go ahead and roll your investigation checks. You can roll separately, you can roll whatever. I know you guys have tinkers, shit, and all kinds of fun stuff. So go ahead and make your checks and I'll tell you what you get.
I got 21.
26.
21, 26, okay. I'll tell you what you'll learn in a second. Go ahead, Frey, and 6.
Well, from what I know of from my research with Loth herself, that she took over one of the planes for the Demon Realm. She took it over. She's been wanting more power. She rules over a lot of the Drow and stuff like that, and got them into servitude. There's a few of them have fought against her, sort of thing. Not all the Drow want to follow Loth. Some of them want to follow her son, Bayron, and then there's his son, Salvatrum, if that's the right way, Loth's grandson. And Loth's all evil and stuff. Bayron hates her, but then his son loves her, and he's a champion of hers. As for doing rituals to take over, I imagine she's done it before. I can't remember the exact details if I read anything about that.
Right, if it helps at all, Ron referred to the incident as something called the Darkening.
Oh.
Wait, isn't that was in the that was in the Black Knight Augustine book, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a part of it in there somewhere, yeah.
That's what I know about the Darkening.
Okay.
You do?
Yeah, it's in the book that I've been telling everyone to read.
Well, you won't let me read because you gave it to Lincoln and Lincoln
Yeah,
won't give it back.
Well, it's not my fault that he reads slower than Jill counts. Okay.
Wow. Amazing. That's such an amazing one-liner. I love it. Amazing. Well played.
So it was.
I'm going to give you an inspiration on another roll for the rest of the session. whatever roll you want to use it on. That's amazing.
Oh my gosh!
Well done.
Slower than Jill counts. That's great.
I have inspiration.
Yep. All right, continue. Go ahead.
So the Darkening was previously in the Black Knight of Augustine. It's actually what Belmont was called for. So the Drow were trying to rise, and Loth was trying to come back and sort of take over the material plane, and so they were trying to make the skies really dark so that the sun wouldn't hurt them, something like that. And they were actually doing a pretty good job. But then I think Belmont sort of helped. I don't know. I haven't finished the book yet. I've really been trying, but Lincoln has had it for a very long time.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know how reliable that is as a source of history, factual historical information, but...
No, it's written down. It's fact.
Do you believe everything written down is fact?
Well, yes, if it's in a book, then it actually happened. That's what history is.
There is such a thing as fiction, fantasy, things that are imagined.
No.
Written for entertainment.
I'm gonna go to the library and pull out a fiction book, an adventure that I read as a kid, and hand it to her.
What story would you like it to be?
Flight of the Griffin. This story never happened. This is one of my favorites. But if you look in it, even the lands are made up. They don't actually exist.
But no, they're just not here on this map. See, look, it says
Because they're not
it's
real.
No, look, it says right here, once upon a time, in a faraway land. So that's...
Have you seen the map of the entire world?
Do they have one of those? There's
Come
so
along to
many
the
places
library.
that I want to see, but I don't know where, I don't know where to find them.
Come along to the library. I know we have a map in there. Come on. And I'm gonna pull her to the library and show her the world map. Now, do you see anywhere on this map any of the lands that are on this map in the book?
Well, it could be that the names changed. You know, names sometimes change, like whenever certain kingdoms take over. Like I remember there was one book I read, and there was this kingdom. I think it was called like Camelus or something, and it fell, and then another kingdom took over, and it was renamed. And something about there was like a roaming, and that fell. It was a whole empire. There's a lot going on there.
Has your father never told you bedtime stories?
He told me lots of stories.
Were they all actual history, or were they just fun stories to enjoy?
No, of course they were actually history.
About the monsters that are taking over the world.
Okay, I see where. Yeah, you make a good point. His credibility is sort of flawed on that, but he wouldn't. That was to protect me or something. I don't know. He had a reason for that, but he wouldn't just lie to me for no reason.
And there's a reason for the fiction and fake stories too, is to entertain people. It sells, it makes money, it tells a story that they feel should be told, regardless of the actual fact of matters. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's escapism.
Wait, you're saying the Black Knight of Augustine isn't real?
We don't know.
Probably not. Might be
No,
based on something real, but
No, but I have him.
DM, have we heard?
I can't even right now. This is so good.
Have I heard of the Black Knight of Augustine in actual history?
Roll a history check.
Okay. Oh, that was really, really bad. 11. That was really bad.
Nope. Not ringing any bells.
would I have heard of him?
You can make a history
I
check if you want.
feel like we've talked about that I did know of him in the past. Like he was a high-ranking member in one of the orders of,
I think so.
Yeah, he was a high-ranking order of
You guys,
Cheers.
you guys don't need me. I'm gonna go back to reading. Go ahead. You're great. Go ahead.
Just because it's written down does not mean that it's true.
No, but I have him. He's right here, and I'm gonna pull out my stoglet. See, look, that's him. The shopkeeper that sold me this told me that it was really him, and he was trapped in there.
And it very well could be. I just want you to be aware that not everything in a book is always true.
Then how are you supposed to know?
When you pull out the snow globe, you see the little man. You see him standing next to a table. And on this table, it looks like there's pieces of armor. And on the table, there's like the helm, the breastplate, and the legs, and the gauntlets, and all that stuff, just laying on a table.
But then how do you know?
Usually, if fiction takes place in this world, it is indicated as fiction. If it's another world, it's usually just assumed that it's fiction.
Right. Well, anyway, the whole situation with the Lolth coming, the Darkening, that's all legit though. Like that
Yeah.
is happening again.
I'm going to rummage in my bag and start pulling out my notes from the library the other night.
Do we know
And
how it
see if I can
happened
find any
before? Well,
Frey, you can roll your history if you want. I was just saying you guys are going on your own, which is great. That makes less work for me.
I might as well. Real quick. Let's see what I rolled real quick. I rolled a 12.
A 12? No real additional information from what I already told you, but I mean the name Black Knight, it rings a bell-ish, kind of.
Okay.
Continue.
do you have any information on how it had happened before, or attempted to be happened?
Well, from my understanding, it's kind of similar to what we've been seeing, to where there's been like an aggregation of a lot of people under her control, kind of like situations where their souls are being taken after their use is expended, that sort of thing. There was some mention of like.
Oh God.
He told me back when she was first moving the demon web pits to its own plane of existence, she kind of set herself in a big-ass cocoon and emerged from there more powerful than she was before. I think the goal is essentially to do something similar to that here.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the timeline for that. Might be after she gets here, assuming all this ritualistic nonsense is successful. Might be part of the ritual itself. All I know, all I've really been told. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Finish your thought. Go ahead. Go.
All I've really been told is that it's already in progress. the darkening as a whole right now.
When we last saw Kyla, he'd said he'd been to a few different places. So how we had those Chitanes under Azeros and that ritual going on there. Well, he said that it had been happening in other places as well. The Order have been looking into it.
Yeah, so this might be like just another bigger.
It could be the fact that it needs to be done in several locations, because when we went to that place where we found the submarine tank, they were making the Chitanes and the cave fishers and the Dracoliths, and I found a book there, and basically Selvatrum have been ordering more Dragoliths and stuff to be made in different places. There's an order list of different things to go to different towns, and Imbrick was one of them. But Kyla said he'd checked this place out already. But obviously he missed the thing going on with the houses. So he said he'd checked out the graveyards or something nearby. Had something else done there. So I meant to check in with the Glory Hounds leader, see if he'd heard from Kyla at all, if he'd checked in with him.
Okay. It makes sense they'd use different methodologies everywhere they go, otherwise it'd just be too traceable.
Yeah.
And if those were strings in the web, this could be the center, or
could just be another point.
But one of the major ones.
Yeah.
Therefore, they are being more cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was that incident that Fox and I investigated, where there were the empty graves and the bodies went missing, which is one of the reasons why I really wanted to find him, but I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him at all. Do I know of like a hangout spot that Fox would hang out at? Like, did he ever take me to like a tavern, or was he ever like casually like, oh yeah, like referencing like a particular area of the city, be like, if you want a good shop for that, you should go to this area, and like they were all like within the same like radius.
We tried the woods.
I have not tried the woods.
Unless I'm mistaken here, with Fox, he had a very straightforward, repetitive daily routine. Like, wake up, work out, do this, do that. The only thing that really was outside the realm of his daily routine would have been trying to do something on one of the green boards.
Okay. Do I know like where he worked out at?
Make a history check.
Or like the path that he would take? Or
sure.
anything like that?
Sure. Hasn't come up before, but yeah. It's a good time to ask.
Oh, I'm really scared, you guys.
I believe in you. You can do this.
Oh, that's good. That's a natural 19 plus 7, 26.
26. Okay. You recall every morning he would do a big circuit. Just can you see? You guys can see the map, right? All right, like from the Glory Hounds down the street, up, around, just make a big square.
Okay.
That was in the morning, right?
That was in the morning. What did he do at night?
At nighttime, usually just hung around either the Glory Hounds, or he would go down over here at the very edge of the city, down at one of the docks. But you never really knew why. Down there.
Actually, now that I think about it, if we get done with dessert relatively early tonight, we have a couple of places that we could look for him, and if we don't find him tonight, we could try to find him tomorrow. Frey, if you still wanted to talk with him, I know that we have the wedding and everything to prepare for, so if you want to wait till after the wedding, then that's fine too, but he might have some information that could be helpful.
I think if we're going to talk to him, it'll have to be before. This is going to be a major event, and no matter how it goes, unless we all die, we're going to be in no quantity.
I didn't hear what you said, Ilona.
I said maybe he'll want to even help.
Well, I can't deny the possibility. He was usually pretty duty bound.
Foxes, dogs. Foxes, doxes.
Okay.
Cute. That was Kevin. Kevin named that.
Nope, it was me.
Oh, just kidding. Cody named that. I saw it matched Kevin's little thing, so my bad.
I'll find out colors for readability.
But yeah, I guess we can go talk to him and see if perhaps he might have any more extra information. Because I never finished it, but he might have found something. But so Imbrick was on. Did it say that they had completed their goal of that manifest, whatever you found? 6.
What was that? Sorry, I was reading my notes.
Did it say on the sort of thing that you found? Did it say that Inbrick had reached its goal? They were trying to create Dragoliches?
It was just one of 5 places that Selvatrum wanted Dragoliches and Chitanes and cave fishers being made. There's Imbrick, Twig, Frimbiskel, Lean.
Oh shit, from Biscali?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Wait, what was the second one?
Twig, TYWG. I've got written. That might not be right.
TYWI.
TYWI. Tywee.
Oh no! Oh shit!
There's Imbrick, Tywee, Frimbiskel.
Frimbiscali, yeah. So Frimbiscali is where
Ithel
let out.
Ithel as well.
Too. And Tywee is in the foothills below the stronghold.
Ithel.
Yeah.
No.
I know Kyler said he checked Imbrick and he checked Tywee. He'd been to those 2 places and dealt with what he'd found there. And that's when we met him up near at just above Azeros when we were checking out the ruins.
Do you have a way to get in contact with Kyle?
There's the old-fashioned way at the moment, but I'll send him a letter. It might take a while to get back to the order. Fortunately, I don't know any messaging spells myself yet.
Did they have scrolls at Idgas?
Kyra Pigeon. Oh, wait, I'm not there.
I can summon one of those.
That's the way to do it. The one thing I will say too, Sticks, that you could add to your conversation. One of the things that you found in your research the night before. The thing that Frey mentioned before about this like cocooning is known as the Silence of Lolth. Okay.
Yep.
The Last Darkening was when basically what you gather from that research is that Lolth was trying to pull this world into the Demon Web pips. The Demon Web pits. Right?
That would be the pits.
And one of the reasons that it was believed that the initial darkening before failed was that it was one major rip in the between the planes of existence, between this world and the abyssal plane that she's on. There was this one main rip. And that was more of a pulling. What you also gathered is that there's many places on this world that connect to multiple planes, right? There's lots of weak spots, right? One of the things that you read is that the abyss has the most connections to this plane, if you will.
Well, that's no good.
Oh, this is kind of fun. So in the documentation from this last major battle, right? There's like these notes about like interrogating a drow. And he warns of it like happening again, right? As they all do, strike again, right? That kind of stuff. And it's believed that if this was to happen again, instead of trying to pull this plane in, it would more so like spew the abyss out.
Uh-oh.
It's more like that's probably why she failed, is that it was more of a pull in instead of just an expansion, if you will.
I'm coming out.
The other thing, because you said you looked up Veyron, yeah?
Yep.
Veyron, as you mentioned before, is the son of Lolth and the grandson of Selvatarm. You learn of another name, Ilistrahe. Ellistrae.
Ilistrae, yeah.
Is the sister of Veyron. She has worshippers of her own. And of all the drow deities, she is believed to be more of what you would call a good deity. So interestingly enough, when you're looking up research on Veyron, it's like you're kind of like skimming and like, I know this, son of and like it almost kind of branched you off in this other direction while you're looking at Veyron. She is like, and it's almost like once you start reading, you like can't stop. It's like, oh, more, right? So Ilistrahe is like the good drow deity, and she's known for the moon, and she's known that a lot of her followers are called moon dancers, and they are rumored to be very exquisite with like sword play. Like that's one of the things that they like pride themselves in.
God.
God. Crab.
And I have one more thing, because you looked up 3 things. Last thing is, so you're researching on Veyron, you're reading all this stuff like, yeah, I know this, and you branch off towards Ilistrahe, right? You read all this stuff, and you're like, well, that was interesting. You kind of pan back over. It's almost like when you have too many tabs open on your computer. It's like, all right, well, that was great. Now I'm going to go back over to the tab I was on. And you read a little bit further, and one of the things that kind of catches your eye with Veyron is that he has his own realm. It's not very big. It's not like a plane of existence like his mom, this greater deity Lolth, has. but Veyron is trying to make himself into a greater deity. He's what you would consider a lesser deity, and it's called Elananith. EllanIath. And with that roll, you don't get too much more than these two facts. It's believed that this realm is covered in darkness, and the only light source is this bright moon that just lights up this whole realm, which is like a kind of like a little A to a sister, the moon goddess kind of thing, right? And it's all forest. So it's this realm encompassed in forest and moonlight and darkness. And the only reason that it's rumored that is what it looks like is because another rumor is that anyone who finds their way, like stumbles upon this realm, it's not like you're just like, I'm going to go to this place. It's constantly moving, which is kind of cool. And Veyron wipes the memories of people who travel there. Very kind of like a Feywild kind of effect, where it's not even like a roll if you remember being there. It's just, that's why it's all rumors. It's all like, that's why it was kind of a hard read to really kind of like believe it so much, but I mean, it is new information. Take it for what you want.
Quick question.
Yes.
From the peanut gallery. Anyway, what if you write everything down?
That could be where the rumors come from.
All right. Go ahead.
So sorry I didn't type all that out there to you. It's let Cora say it anyway. But yeah, if you're relaying that all to Frey and Ilona and Percy, that is some stuff that you all know.
So do you share it all?
All the stuff about Loth and Salvatrum, the Veyron stuff, I'm keeping to myself for now.
Okay.
Rude.
You only asked me to research Loth and Salvatrum.
The one thing that the only real Salvatarm thing that really came out was that he has two weapons, and the one is a greatsword. That's the only real thing that really popped up. He's not a Loth or Veyron type character, even though he's the champion of Loth. Even with your roll that you had, it's like that's really, you have to really pound the books to find any more.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna pause that for a second. I'm gonna pan back over to Dino Lab over here.
Oh God.
And then we're gonna go to the rolls that you guys did for your android. So after about 10, 15, 20 minutes of just walking, Bro turns to you and goes, "Okay, all right. So we're doing this. We're gonna. Okay. I'm just letting you know right now, as a disclaimer, this is illegal.
Okay.
Just so I can I'm not gonna have you sign anything, because I can.
So just don't get caught.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
They're brownies.
Yeah, brownies.
Do you get what that means? I really need you to say yes to that.
Yes, that means a regular brownie.
Got it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. Okay, fantastic. So, okay, so basically, have you ever made brownies before, or?
Yes.
You have. Okay, it's not any more complicated than making regular brownies, except we had to take a little bit of the pele. All right, and he's gonna break off this chunk. Have you? Here, you hold it, and he holds it. And when you hold it in your hand, kind of think of like an orange slice in your hand. It's like kind of gooey, but not too gooey. If you squish a little bit, like a little bit of the juice comes out, kind of thing. Now, before we get started, the proper way to make brownies is, well, okay. And he takes like another little bit chunk, and just kind of like in his hands, you see like a little flame in his hands, and he just kind of like rubs his hands together, and slowly, surely, you see like a little bit of smoke rise out of him, and then the smoke stops, but he keeps rubbing his hands together, and then when he opens his hands, that like orangey slice kind of is like, kind of just looks like dirt in his hands, like kind of like a little thicker sand, very dried up in his hands, and he takes the pipe that he was smoking, and he kind of puts some of it in there, and he goes, "This is." You have to kind of be in the zone to be one with the brownie, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Okay.
If you ever done that before, have you ever
No.
smoked anything? Never smoked anything before. Okay, this is
God.
just to let you know. Another disclaimer: you are in a safe place. Okay, everything's fine. Right, bro. Volt,
Yeah.
bro. We're good. Charlie,
I trust you.
We're all good.
Misfits here.
Misfit, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Right. All right, cool. And he's so I kind of want you to have the first one, but I also need to show you how to do. Have you ever seen anyone just smoke a pipe before?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, same thing. Okay, cool. And he's gonna hand you this pipe, and as he hands it over to you, it's this very long, ornate, kind of thin at the one end, but kind of bulks out at the other end, and it makes this it almost looks like a hand, kind of grabbing this wooden bowl on the other end. It has the same kind of dark and lighter wood tones like the box that he had. But it kind of when you hold it, it's kind of you hold in between the fingers of the hand, and it kind of just kind of nestles right in there.
Feels nice.
Yeah. Okay. Just this isn't weird, and he kind of snaps his finger, right, and this little flame just kind of I'll just hold it and inhale.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
You ready?
Oh my
Yeah, sure.
God.
Okay, let's do this. And he kind
This one hasn't stopped me, so it's not that bad.
No.
Yeah.
Misfit, no,
He
this
just
is
kinda,
what I want to do.
He kind of holds his thumb up. You gotta take a puffy puff?
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh God.
17. I have a +7 to that.
Sweet. Okay. So as you kind of breathe in a little bit, I mean, there's a little bit of coughing, just kind of never smoking anything before.
Mhm.
But after a couple seconds, it instantly kind of throws your head back a little bit, and just for the initial all the colors in here just get a little bit brighter. The browns and the greens and the smoke. The smoke was already moving slow, but now it's really moving slow, but everything.
Oh my God.
Whatever motion was happening before is a little slower, and any kind of color in the room just seems a little brighter.
This stuff is awesome.
Right? It's pretty cool. And he's like, "Oh no, my turn! Give me." He's just takes the thing from me, just. I know. Yeah, okay, all right. Here we go. Now we're ready. Are you ready to make some brownies?
Yeah, let's make some brownies.
Let's make some brownies. Okay, cool. And he reaches over to the one shelf. You can see on the next to the beaded curtain, there's some metal pans on the side. He just kind of takes one off the side. He goes, okay. Sweet. Did you grab the butter? Or did I grab the butter? I don't remember.
You have the butter.
I have the
You
butter.
took the butter, yeah.
He
You
looks
took the
around
butter.
real quick. You don't have the butter?
No, you only
He
gave me
looks
the
back
stuff.
down again. Oh no, okay, I'm sorry. He reaches in one of his satchel things on the side. Okay. So he
my
he
God.
holds this metal pan, and as he's holding it, you can see it starts to glow red where his hand is, and as he puts the butter in, it just slowly starts to melt as it's sitting in there. All right, I got this. You said
I got the mixing. I got the mixing.
Yeah, do the mixing. Cool. There should be some. He's pointing over to some of the shelves, some there's some darker kind of chocolate looking over here. It seems like all the ingredients are in here. Make an investigation check to see what you find
Okay.
and what you want to grab.
4.
Wonderful. So you're pretty sure that you
Everything's
got...
really bright.
Yeah. And it's almost like one of those things where everything is so bright, it's really kind of hard to pick out the difference between some of them. So what would you like to grab in terms of ingredients?
Okay, well, I was going to. Well, we need the flour. We need sugar. We need the chocolate powder. And then. What else would we need? Chocolate chips.
Okay.
Because why not?
Okay.
Oh, and eggs.
Okay. Cool. Good. Anything else?
I have the milk, so I'll pour a little bit of milk in there.
Okay, cool. And he's like, all right, well, hold on, wait. He's like, wait, he's just gonna pour it on the floor. He's like, hold on, I have a bowl. Hold on. He just looks over. He's still holding onto the pan as the butter's melting, and he kind of looks over to the one side. He goes, okay, here, a bowl. And he just kind of reaches his hand down, and some more of the vines just start to coalesce like the table did, and he just just rips it out of the ground. So this thatchy bowl thing. I don't know. This will probably work. He just holds it.
Okay.
Wrong kind of bowl, man.
Who said that? Did you hear something?
We both look at Misfit. Is
You look
Misfit
over at
pie?
Misfit.
Oh
and,
no.
and you look over at Misfit, and you could swear he goes, Volt, what are you doing?
We're making brownies.
Oh, okay. You
amazing.
swear he's communicating with you somehow.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god.
Do you need
If we get high, can we talk to Misfit?
Do you need any help?
Yes. Can you help me mix this?
No.
Fair enough.
Okay, sorry. I'm not good at that.
Would you want to make ice cream for me? All right, get something to put the milk in, a bowl, and then we need to get ice and salt.
I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to go now?
Yeah.
All right. He's gonna start going around and just doing stuff. Okay. Cool. All right. So you're gonna mix all this stuff in the bowl.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna make a chromatic orb and make it so it can be my blender.
Amazing. Okay. Wow. How are you doing that? What is that?
Oh, it's an orb of magic. You were just doing magic. We're both doing magic. Everyone does magic.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
I'm doing like nature magic, man. Like what kind
Me
of
too.
magic?
This
Really?
is thunder. Yeah.
And you just see like the butter's like, oh god,
The butter.
oh god, oh no, so jeez, oh sorry. And he's like, he takes some of the Pele and he kind of does that thing again, kind of crumbles it up, and you see a little steam come off, and he just dumps some of the dirt in. He's like, okay, all right, just let me know when you're ready, because I gotta dump this in there.
All right, I'm ready. Go
Right
go.
now?
Yeah.
Okay. Go. He
I'm gonna
puts it in.
slow down. I'm gonna slow the orb down. Just make it. Wait until it mixes all together, and then we'll speed it up.
Cool. This is amazing. This is like.
This is insane.
So what happens if we bring Bob and Dennis there? Will they be able to communicate more effectively?
We'll find out.
Misfit brings over a bowl with ice and with what looks like salt. There's some sort of
Perfect.
white substance
I'll
on. the-
taste a little bit of the salt.
It is sugar.
Close enough.
It is sweet. Yep.
Bro, can you get him salt?
Yeah, he's kind of like puts the pot back down now, and he's like looking around. And he goes and finds some salt and brings it over. How much do you need?
Okay, so put the salt
That
on
many.
the ice.
More?
Yeah, perfect. No, that's good. Okay, Misfit, you're gonna put the milk in the bowl and just move the bowl on the ice.
I'm really confused right now, Fold.
Just put your hand under the bowl and move it on the ice. Just move it in circles. There you go. Keep doing it. You'll see the milk get really hard.
Okay.
How dare you make my baby help you make brownies?
He's just making ice cream. He's actually doing the most legal thing here.
How dare you?
I hope Alona likes this. She likes ice cream.
Ooh.
We'll save it for some ice cream.
You're gonna see Bro as you're talking to him be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm talking to Volt. I'm Volt.
You're Volt.
Misfit.
Oh god.
Oh god!
No, it just.
Can you
it
not
looks
hear
like-
him?
I don't think I do. He kind of looks over at him. No, you could.
Oh.
That's different.
Well, it might be. I don't know. I have a lot of electric stuff in me.
No, go with that, man. No,
I don't know.
Talking
Yeah.
to the dragon thing. No, that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Sure. Are you okay? Nope, we're good.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
no, we're
Yep,
good.
how's the
We're
mixing
fine.
coming?
We're good. I think we're good. We need a pan.
He picks the pan back up off the ground.
Okay. We'll put it into the pan and we'll put it in the oven.
Okay. Shit. He looks around.
Do you have an oven?
Oh,
Or
gosh.
do you have another pan?
Yes.
Okay, put that pan on top of this pan. Okay, and now we have to heat it up.
Oh, I can do that. Okay, so you're gonna see him now. He's gonna close his eyes and concentrate, and now both hands get really red as he just holds both pans. Okay.
Okay, I think we need to do this for 15 minutes. Are you good for 15 minutes?
Just sits on the floor. Oh gosh.
I put the pipe in his mouth.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
All right. I don't have fire, but I'm gonna do a little bit of sparks. See if that does anything.
Okay. Yeah, sure. After a couple sparks, yeah, sure. There we go. It works. Yeah.
All right. So I'll sit and wait for 15 minutes for this thing to finish.
Okay. Let's go ahead, both of us, and roll. I don't know. What do you think, guys? So we should. It's like a performance check, kind of, in a way, or some sort of nature check, because we're making. What did we roll for chicken and waffles before? Was it?
I don't remember.
There were a number of rolls
There was a
involved.
I remember really bad rolls.
Let's roll intelligence first.
Okay, I have cooking utensils. Would that help in this situation?
You can add your proficiency to the roll.
Awesome.
If you're proficient in cooking
I
utensils.
am.
Sweet.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, so we're doing intelligence.
Intelligence. Yep.
Okay.
What'd you get?
Would be 14.
Fantastic. And then the next one, I'm just gonna go with performance because it sounds good.
Okay.
Just to see how these brownies look. Jeez.
Oh, 5.
God. Oh God. Okay.
They don't have to look great. They just have to taste good.
Okay. So after about 15-20 minutes, he's gonna kind of pick the pan up, be like, I don't know if this is right. I mean, they look, and he lifts the pan up, and all the outer rim is looks pretty decent, but as you go more towards the middle, it's more goop. It's just lava.
Okay, so
that lava
so we gotta
kind of look on the middle.
We gotta cook the middle. Do you have a small metal rod?
In my pants. Hey, no, I'm just kidding. No.
I'm too young for that.
No, I really do. And he kind of looks in, and it's like a spoon, like a spoon. Like
Okay.
this?
Okay, yeah, that should work. Okay, put it right in the middle and heat the spoon. Yep.
Start to see his hand glow, and the spoon gets really hot.
That should cook the inside to the outside now.
And you just see the spoon start to melt a little bit. Oh God!
Oh,
Oh gosh!
gosh.
Oh gosh! He just throws it.
I'll start casting mending on a spoon while he's still heating it.
Okay. Oh, teamwork. Okay, yeah. You're humming. He's humming, yum. Okay. New spoon because I threw
This is
that
way
last
too
one.
complicated for brownies.
Okay. You can see the middle looks like it's helping a little bit, but it still kind of has that goopy kind of lava look to it.
Okay, that just means it. Okay, that should be fine. Misfit, how's the ice cream?
I don't know.
Is it hard?
Look, I don't know. Maybe he just holds it up. It looks like it's.
Does it look hard?
There. Yeah, it looks like it's
Okay.
in there. It's about 15
Perfect.
minutes of shifting it around.
Yeah, that's great. All right, come over here. You're good. You're doing a good job.
Okay.
Come on.
I've never done this before.
You're doing
I'm so
great.
scared.
All right.
Picking up, there's
So
a lot of Alona coming through. And
yeah, that's why I think I'm perfectly okay with just having a conversation. All right, bro, let's serve it up and put some ice cream on it. We'll see how it does.
You want me to put it on?
You can leave it in the bowl. We're gonna put the brownie on a plate and then put ice cream on it.
Okay. He just reaches his claw in and just takes it
Perfect.
and just looks for where to flop it.
We'll plate some brownies. You can plop it on the brownie.
It's just starting to
No,
mold it.
you're good. You're good. Hurry up, put it on the plate.
What plate?
Right
I
there.
don't see a plate.
This
I'm
one.
so scared.
This one. You're good.
Okay. He just throws it down.
Perfect.
So you have this pan of brownie goop. What do you want to do with that?
We're gonna try it.
Okay. So you just take a little spoonful each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The initial taste, not that bad.
It's just the presentation's really bad.
It just doesn't look that appetizing.
Okay, so we got the taste.
Every now and again, you kind of have a little bit of a sour face, oh, that was a salt cube there.
Okay, so we have the idea. I think I could do this tonight.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll another Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
The context of how Scooby and Shaggy communicated is just so much better now.
A 9.
A 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got you.
Okay.
Alright, so, I mean, do we do it? You want to?
I think we did it.
It doesn't look bad.
No, it tasted. It needs to be cooked a little bit longer.
Okay.
But I think we're good.
Do you think I should still open up a Bros Brownie shop?
We need to get you an oven first. And I think we'll be good from that point.
You know, I never think the whole plan through.
You're good.
My mom's always told me, oh, bro, you always never.
You know what helps me with that? Lists.
What's a list?
The thing that you made fun of me for bringing in the first time.
Oh yeah. The random things that's a list.
Exactly. Yes.
That was just a random stuff on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, and then once you complete all the random stuff, you're good.
I'm not getting it.
Okay, so we take a piece of paper. Take a piece of paper. Write oven. Write baking utensils.
He's just like, you're gonna see him like pick up like a random stick off the ground, and you're gonna see it start to druid craft, and on the one end it like something like starts to like peel back a little bit on the one end, and he just like and he just starts like writing on like a piece of bark.
Okay, if it works. So oven, baking utensils, baking ingredients, and maybe a baking book.
Oh my god. This is the last thing I expected to happen.
No, it's all good. I like it. Okay. All right. Yeah. So hey, listen. Did you want any more of this?
This is all yours because I have to go make another one.
Oh, then you're definitely gonna need more of this as he like points back to the box with the,
with the so how much is that stuff?
Do you? Well, I mean, so there's half of one ball left and a full ball of the other one. I mean,
I'll take the other half so you can sell the full ball to somebody else if you wanted to.
All right. That's some fun. Okay, cool. So for half a ball, it's 50 gold pieces.
Okay.
Ooh. Oof.
I know you don't have that much gold, man. How much gold do you have?
I had 57.
57. Okay. All right.
Now I have 7.
Okay. All right.
Oh my god.
It's a good prank.
He spends his money like a loner. Oh no.
It's the only money I had. Well, no, I told you it's our plan. It's part of the plan.
So he's gonna watch you like open up your coin thing and like 1, 2, 3, 50, right? And like jingle, 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 puts it away. He kind of looks at he's like, I'll tell you what.
Oh.
I like you, Volt.
I like you too, bro.
Friends call me bro. You were listening, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? And we're friends.
Yes.
You kind of inspired me today, man. Now he's gonna get all fucking philosophical.
Oh god. Okay. I'll sit down and hold a pillow.
I've always wanted to, make bros brownies, and I never really,
You could even just call it Bros Bakes.
Bros Bakes, man.
BBG, Bros Bakes Goods.
And then I could bake more things than just brownies.
Yeah.
Dude, where have you been?
On an island.
Like my whole life.
I don't know.
Bake well baked.
I'll tell you what. Instead of going, you know what? Kind of like leans in. I feel like a lot of this is coming out of your noggin, not mine. It's the smoke you gave me, so it's your noggin through me back to you. All right. That's
oh my god.
That's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. That kind of fucked me up, but in a good way. Instead of paying 50 for this, I'm gonna let you take that. But instead of
I can't do that.
Instead of the 50 for the Pele, what if I take this 50 and we go 50-50 partners? And Bros Bake Goods.
Yeah. If I find any cookbooks, I can send them your way. We can make different ideas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we could have like stores.
Yes,
Dinosaurs,
a bunch of them.
Yeah, like other places.
Yeah, people would love to see a dinosaur and a bakery at the same time.
Off. He's like, this just got so much bigger than I ever thought it would. Thank you, Volt, man.
No, thank you, bro.
No, thank you, Volt.
I'm gonna just hug him.
Ah, he's gonna hug back. Little halfling hug.
We'll bring this in.
Do you still want this? Because if you don't, I can. He's pointing at the brownies.
No, that's all you.
Okay,
I gotta go make more.
Okay, cool.
And then, yeah, after I make those, if those come out a little bit better, I'll bring some back.
Sweet. My man, he like puts out for the pound.
I go for the fist pound. So I get my 50 gold back?
He said he's gonna keep that 50 gold.
Okay, for the investment. Yeah. Cool.
No, you're cool.
No, you're cool.
Do you wanna tell Charlie to turn around?
To go back to town?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually gonna fly back to town. Do you want to fly with Charlie for a little bit? It's only like 10 minutes. The silence
I held
was
it
a
as
yes.
long as I could. Are you saying you're gonna fly?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I was gonna have you turn Charlie around, but yeah, no, I'd much rather see.
All right.
My
Well,
friend
you should
fly.
still have him turn around, and then like after 10 minutes, you have to land back on Charlie.
Well, I mean, we might just like. Wait, what?
Yeah, it only lasts 10 minutes. Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, why not?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, but I did, but not in a mean way.
No, that's Alona says that all the time.
Who's Alona?
What?
Wait, Alona says shut up?
Yeah. I don't know.
This
probably.
one's like, does she really? I
don't know.
Oh, I don't
Does she?
know.
You know
No.
longer than me. It feels like something she would say.
Misfit goes, I mean, if we're gonna fly, that's a thing I can do.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna fly yourself.
I'm really
I'll
good at
cast a
that.
spell on Bro, and I will fly back.
My baby boy.
He stomps on the ground. Charlie, turn us around. Go back to the market. You just start to feel the whole thing just start to slowly turn around.
Awesome. All right.
Never flown before. What do I do?
Okay.
Do I, like,
You're
close
just
my
gonna
eyes
think
or
about
keep 'em
floating.
Floating.
You just think about floating. Yeah, but make sure 10
I've
minutes.
been high before, but not like in the sky.
Yeah. Just make sure 10 minutes you are back on Charlie.
10 minutes. What's a
Mhm.
minute?
You know exactly.
I'm just kidding. That was fucking with you. Okay.
I know.
All right, cool. All right.
You just counted. You just baked 15 minutes with me.
I know. But was it 15? I don't remember. Okay.
Probably
20?
not.
Maybe longer. Okay.
It
All
was
right,
probably
let's do this.
So if anything, fly above Charlie. So if you do fall, you land back on him.
See, man, you're the brains of this business. I gotta get your name in the name somehow.
Name in the name.
Yeah, I can't just be Bros Baked Goods now.
Yeah, it can. I'm a silent partner.
I'll think of. No, that's not cool. I'll get you in the name. I'll get your name.
We'll
in the
figure it
name.
out. All right.
He
All right.
just
So
goes
I'm
like
a
this, like. Wait, we're flying. Okay, yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
this. Okay.
All right. Oh, my last name's Mistweaver. If that helps you make the name a little bit easier.
Mistweaver.
Electra Bros Baked Goods.
Mistweaver. Do you do that when
Bro.
you say your last name?
I think you're the first person I've told my last name to since that game over here.
Oh, well, if in all fairness, I should tell you my name is Kush Kush.
That seems very appropriate.
I know. It's a family thing.
Bruins Misty Brownies.
Oh my god.
Are you ready? You're flying.
Yeah, no, I was just fucking with you again. Okay, yeah, let's fly. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna rub my hands together and I'll cast Flight 4th level on me and Bro.
All right, cool. So you guys, at your request, take off, and he kind of stays around Charlie as you guys fly up, and you're like, you can see, like, you're kind of out. Meow, meow, meow. Where's my mouse? You're kind of like pretty far out. Like you're decent side outside the city there. But yeah, as you're flying around, you can see the city of Imbrik on the horizon. Well, not even on the horizon. I mean, it's pretty close, but you can see the sun starting to come down. You start to see some of the lanterns. Actually, it's pretty cool. They start at one end of the city and just go all the way down these streets that you can see.
Oh, that was trippy. It's a landing strip.
Yeah. Are we landing there?
No.
Okay. I thought you said stay at the dinosaur. Okay, no. Yeah, okay. And he's like flying around. He's like, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" And Misfit's like, flying
All right, you ready to go, Misfit?
around.
Oh, I can't hear you anymore. Okay, we'll figure it afterwards. All right, bro. I'll be back.
All right, I miss you, bro.
No, you're
Right
bro.
on, bro. He just starts flying around like Charlie's face and stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna full book it as fast as I can.
All right. Misfit sees you take off and like tries to keep pace with you and fly faster.
Okay. I think, what did you see, fly 40? Okay, so I will slow down from this.
What is your speed?
60.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like kind of perturbed at this whole.
No, I'll make sure that I keep up with him, but it looks like I'm struggling.
Okay. Make a performance check.
Okay.
Or deception.
I'll go with
performance.
deception.
Or
Oh, damn it.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Let's go with
Or
deception.
the performance kind of thing, I guess.
Fine. No, that's perception. 7.
Apparently I don't know how to type. You get the idea that he is picking up what you're putting down, but he's not necessarily mad about it.
Okay.
It's kind of like more
So, yeah,
like
we'll
play
fly-
flying.
Yeah, we'll fly back straight to the blades.
Okay, cool. Speaking of the blades, the Lady Tinkers, what was it, a 21-26, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that was it exactly.
So as Frey and Six are having their cross conversation, you guys are kind of listening in and having your side talk too. When you look over this android, I think I mentioned this before, but one of the things that you notice is that, you know, from when you fought the Clockworks before, over at the academy with the professor, right? You saw on the insides just hundreds upon thousands of gears of different sizes. And the one thing that you also would have noticed is that on the back is there was this large kind of, not necessarily a hole, but some sort of like mechanism on the back. From your tinkering, you've done enough tinkering to know that this is actually more of like how the clockwork is turned on. There is no like power source. They literally have a big, large key that would go in the back and actually would crank the clockwork on. So it'll run and run and run until either, you know, knocked out and destroyed, or the power source, you know, it unwinds, if you will, right? With Misfit, you know, there's a little bit of this mix between science and magic, right? He doesn't necessarily have like a specific kind of power source to him. Just like this magically enchanted construct being, right? And then you've seen what else have you seen? So you've seen Warforged, right? And with Warforged, again, with the Fallen out in the desert, again, you kind of took some of them apart, but didn't necessarily see like what you would call like a heart in a human or anything like that. But there were like these different metal and wooden, almost like vines on the inside of them. More metal than anything, but if you were to consider anything like a blood source that kind of like powered a Warforge, it was like this black oil type substance that came out. Like we call blood, they have oil. But for this thing is definitely unique, because when you look inside, there's these very thin metallic wires. Just as there's hundreds upon thousands of cogs and metal and gears inside of a clockwork, this thing has hundreds upon thousands of thin wires that kind of like, when you open it up, go from like one area to the other. And in the middle chest piece, instead of where you see like a heart, is this kind of like metallic. If it was a sheet of paper, if it was made of paper, it'd be a sheet of paper, but instead it's made of metal. And all of these different wires are all kind of connecting to this middle part and then branch out to different areas of the body on the inside. And the body itself is very compact. And the one thing you also notice on the body is that, like, when it has this metallic gunmetal kind of sheen to it, but when you kind of like turn it off to the side, just like a little bit, even like the face, it almost like, you could swear it like disappears for a minute. It doesn't disappear in terms of where to go. It just has that little side like illusion to it almost. And you recall that, you know, obviously this thing looked like your dad. There's some sort of again, just like a Warforged has, just like Misfit has some sort of like magical essence to it. This thing does as well, but it's definitely more science than magic. But there is still some sort of magic that it possesses. You don't know if it casts magic or if it has like magic attached to it, if that makes sense.
Can I cast Identify?
Sure. Like the ritual version, I think you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I will send you over the specifics. I actually have a character sheet. Actually, hold on. Where? I forgot you could do that. That's okay. That's fine. On the character sheet, I'll basically just send you the character sheet for it.
Okay.
You would see that it can do disguise self at will. Oh gosh, off the top of my head, it has the blade in its arm, right? And I apologize. It can walk on the walls, but I forget why. It had boots.
Yeah.
It had boots, which
Ooh.
I think someone took, if I'm not mistaken. When you looked at
Like
it, Percy?
boots of spider climb?
Yes.
Sticks took the slippers.
Yes, there you go. Someone took them. I know they did. But so that and there's something else on the character sheet, but I can't remember what it is. I apologize, but I will find it.
That's okay.
All
Okay.
right.
But there's no way to like manipulate the thing or like give it orders.
You can tell that this thing is pretty fucked up. I mean, you could try to put it back together, but you don't know what's going to happen when you turn it on, kind of thing.
Can you understand how it works?
It's sort of similar to Misfit. Sort of. It's a lot more intricate than what Misfit is, and it's a lot more scientific than what Misfit is. But I mean, I think I understand basically how it functions. I wish that there was a way that I can probably try to restore it, and there's a chance that I could, but I can't tell you what would happen if I did. If there was a way to, I don't know. If I wish we hadn't beaten it up so badly, I guess.
Well, if you can understand how to program it, there are a few more downstairs we found.
Wait, what?
There are a few more downstairs in a basement we found.
Oh, well.
We locked them in.
Yeah, those would be good because they're actually working, so I could probably determine it a little bit more than what I could off of this one.
I hope they're working. They are in some sort of stasis from what I've gathered.
Okay, well, I can take a look at them and see if they might be able to give me any more information. And if there's a couple, then we can, probably spend how much longer until the rehearsal dinner?
What time is it?
Probably
And what
about
time
an
is?
hour.
Okay. About an hour.
Oh, okay. So, what we could try to do is, if there's a couple, we can completely disassemble one. We don't have to worry about, taking care of it and making sure that it's in proper order, so we can sort of mess with it a little bit. The only thing is I don't know if we have enough time to do that, but it would give us a better understanding. So if you could come up with a reasonable excuse as to why your android father wouldn't be here, but then again, you're not supposed to know that he's android, and it's... You know what, let's just reprogram one, see how it works. I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe they'll just think he malfunctioned or something, and they'll take him away and try to fix him. I don't know. Of course, then he's going to try to kill us again.
I can make an excuse just fine. Whether or not it's satisfactory is up to them. I do not want to activate one of these until we know for sure that it will A, obey our orders instead of theirs, and B, not signal them somehow.
Right. Okay. Well, then in that case, we have plenty of time. I think Fox and I are supposed to go. Frey and I are supposed to go try to find Fox tonight. But once I get back from that, then we can sort of just really rip into these and see what happens.
As long as we are cautious, I do not want to tip our hand.
Gio walks in.
Hi, Jill.
What? Oh, hi.
Who's the Jill?
Oh yeah, he's all. Is he still human?
Oh, I turned into me, except there's a bowler hat on top of my head instead of the big head.
Oh. Hi, Jill.
Those things are really effective. I haven't tried mine yet. Wow, that was different. Where were you all day?
Swimming.
All right. Probably the best answer we could have gotten.
And fishing.
Speaking of all day, have you seen Volt recently?
No.
Misfit's probably taking care of him. If they're not back yet, that must have mean that they found something worth sticking around for. I'm sure that they're fine.
Not doing
You
anything
see a
like
misfit
super illegal.
just like down the hallway, just like rolls in. Looks like he's like
Misfit.
Oh, hi, Misfit.
He like rolls up. Like,
where's Volt?
I'll go over to Misfit and give him little pets. Since he seems so
Volt
tired.
comes flying in, rolling in together.
Hey.
Did you get all of the ingredients?
Yes. And the surprise. Not for us, for the sister and husband.
Oh.
It won't
Also-
harm
One
them,
that we're
will it?
trying to make not be husband and wife.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, no, I think we are still. We're just trying to make sure that he's good.
No.
She loves him, though. You can't take away her love. That's wrong.
Doesn't love him. She loves the attention.
I'm not seeing a difference.
Volt, as you're standing there talking, all of a sudden, like, the room does a like quick 180, and you just fall over.
Yep, I'm gonna lay here for a little bit.
You can still like
All right.
sort of, kind of mumble, but
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't look good. All right, one moment. I got this. I've got a new thing I can do. I'm gonna walk up, lay a hand on him, and I'm gonna cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Make sure that he's not going to explode or anything.
Misfit, what did you do to him? I'm just kidding. I know you would never hurt anyone. You're my perfect little angel.
and he just
Wait,
actually
does
like
he
you
use
could literally
him
see
to
him put his
attack?
paws up like.
Anyway. But is the house dirty? I don't remember cleaning it.
Yeah,
Bob and Dylan straightened up,
sort of. What do you
Sort
consider
of.
Warforged cleaning up?
but then they also made a mess.
Sense the presence of poisons. Yeah, I mean, a different kind of poison, if you will. It's not like like a deadly poison from a blade, or eating a bad mushroom and he's gonna die, or like he's drunk, wasted. But definitely
It says
seems
it
like
identifies too, so I know exactly what's going on here.
there's some sort of plant-based poisoning, not killing him, but
Toxin.
kind of knocked him out for a hot second.
Oh. Oh. He's fine, guys. Give him a few minutes.
You can
Yeah.
make you can make a history check. Right? Yeah,
What's-
make a history check real quick while everyone's going.
All right. 16.
16. You know of some like plants and herbs and things that can like kind of sort of knock a person out, especially from like your training days where people would like get pretty fucked up and hurt when people needed to like relax and like recharge and like recoup. It would kind of like stasis them in a way, if you will, to like kind of put them up or put them out for like a day or two so their body could heal and not like overexert themselves.
Although, actually, one moment. Someone with some understanding of anatomy, come and help me check and make sure he's not hurt.
I think I'm proficient in medicine. I am.
I'm not.
You can roll a medicine check if you want.
Perfect. And I'm gonna help her, even though I asked her to help
Yeah,
me.
no, you're good.
Advantage?
Yeah.
God, that
Vol,
dice
you're just
roll
kind of
is
seeing
shit.
Frey and Ilona kind of standing over you, and like you can
It's a-
swear their faces like sort of blend and then switch, but then they come back. It's like really creepy.
I rolled an 18.
18. He doesn't look hurt at all. You kind of like give him a one over real quick. There's no like bruising on him or anything like that. He just doesn't necessarily even seem like exhausted. Just very relaxed. Like there's no like all of his muscles seem very relaxed and not tense or anything like that.
He doesn't look damaged.
He's awake. He's like almost like he's awake sleeping. Like
He
his
just
body's
looks. Well, did you run into anyone? I mean, did you come in contact with anyone that could have like given you something or slipped you something or? Yeah. Yes.
He doesn't
gonna
seem
close-
worried no matter what it is.
Misfit comes over.
Misfit, did you see somebody messing with him?
He kind of puts his paws up like this and just goes like this. And then puts them back down.
Don't. Hold on. Can I make an insight check to see if I understand Misfit?
Sure, yeah.
Is the front door open?
It's an 18.
It is. The front door is open. 18.
I gotta close it.
Misfit definitely seems like he's acting a little different than normal.
Misfit, did you get something too? Well, no, that doesn't make any sense. You wouldn't have been able to be affected by.
One moment, I think I can help. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a hand on his forehead and use 5 points of my lay on hands to neutralize 1 poison.
That'll work. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So you see Frey kind of get a little closer to your face vault, and as you're laying there, like the black of his face, it almost looks like it like reaches out to grab you, almost like it's dripping off of his face, but like the fingers are coming. But you see it like another hand like come around, and it touches your forehead. It kind of freaks you out, but you can't really kind of sort of move, so you just kind of take it, and this bright like white flash and black, and then your eyes open up. You're fully capable of moving.
Holy crap! I mean, goodness gracious.
You're right there, bud.
Yeah, that's gonna work great.
What happened?
Did you try the catnip?
It's not catnip. It's something called Pelé. Something with a P. He said it a lot, but then we tried it.
Now, does Frey know about this coming from a law enforcement background?
What did you roll before? An 18 or something? 16?
It was a 16.
16?
Yeah.
You know that is an illegal substance. In cities, like, I mean, you've definitely seen people maybe like in the suburbs kind of thing, like, you know, use it.
Right.
And you know how to use it.
Right, and well, where is this? How did you find this belly?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Good. Keep it that way.
Okay.
Wow,
Also,
alright. This is going to be a fucking party. I do not
Yeah.
know anything about this. Do not tell me any more about this. I will be morally obligated to talk to someone about it because...
Fair enough. When you don't do the thing that we don't talk about, you can hear Misfit's voice.
What?
Wait,
Yeah.
you can hear him talk?
Oh, when I was not on the thing that we're not talking about.
I don't know what's going on.
All right,
I got to the kitchen.
Hey, I'm going. I'm going
she's holding her hand
downstairs.
Alona, you... No.
But I want to hear Misfit talk. It's not fair. I've known Misfit for so long, and he just met him 2 days ago, and he's heard him talk.
It's...
Yeah, I know exactly.
Really...
I mean, no, I can understand you, Misfit. It's not like I don't know what you're saying, but it's sort of like I interpret what you're saying because
He
we're so
actually sounds
connected.
a lot like you.
No.
Yeah. He has your personality. It was kind of adorable watching him make ice cream.
Aww. He like looks up like, aww.
He made ice cream.
He did this motion. He was making ice cream.
Oh, that's what that is. I didn't know. We need to play charades again, Misfit. We're getting off.
Okay. We don't have much time though. How long do we have for me to make this dessert?
The dinner's in about an hour.
Okay.
Which, Alona, I believe you should take the time to attune to one of the hats.
So isn't this just like a rehearsal?
Just in case something happens, and this way you don't have to take off any of your armor. You can make it look like you're wearing whatever you want.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna make my hat make me look like a really fat chef. I'm going to the kitchen.
I wear my hat like a pauldron.
Takes a little bit of time to attune to, but yes, eventually.
Well, I've had it this whole time.
Okay, that's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Would be entirely ineffective.
Fat chef, my hat's big chef hat.
It makes you look a foot taller than what you are by spell.
Mhm.
Yep. Tall chef hat.
Bob and Dilla, where are you?
Dennis.
Oh crap!
Bob and
It's still
Dennis.
on me.
And they're cleaning up.
The kitchen?
They fought and made a mess, and if they don't clean satisfactorily, then they are not joining me when I leave.
You hear this.
Yo, so you know that thing that we're not talking about not doing?
Yeah.
If you do that again, see if you can understand Bob and Dennis.
Understood.
But again,
No.
don't tell me. But tell me if you can understand Bob and Dennis.
Well, you can, but if we go to do it, I would have to bring you to the place that I didn't find it. Because for your first time, you should be with a professional.
I unattuned to my ring so I can help him cook.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Excellent.
I take it off and then I'll put it back on later after we're done.
So you can like taste test and stuff. So then, okay, I dig it. Yeah, I dig it. Cool. So why don't you guys roll us
guidance?
Yeah, sure. Let's do.
Spamming it the whole time.
I think we did an intelligence check before and a performance check to see how it looked. Okay. And you guys have plenty of time because you're bringing them back here, Persephone, after the dinner for the. Okay.
Yep.
Plenty of time. You could probably even make like 2 batches just to make sure you get it right. Okay.
24 for the making of it.
Okay. And then
maybe I shouldn't get high on it when I'm trying to make it.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. Go ahead and roll for performance just to see how it looks.
19. Yeah, I shouldn't be high when I cook.
And do you guidance yourself again?
Oh, that's right. Ooh, 21.
Okay. Cool. Remember that. All right, cool. Excellent. Ilona and Persephone, are you making your way over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you both attuning to hats? I know Persephone already has one, but
yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. You guys you're attuning to your hat too, Ilona?
Yeah, because I was told to. But do I need to make myself look different?
Well, I'm going to change the appearance of my outfit so it doesn't look like I'm armed and armored.
I should probably have a face.
Well, it's only a +1 for the dinner. The dessert is different.
I'll bring you back some food, though, if you want free.
You don't have to deal with the racists.
And you don't have to put on a shirt. You even look like you're wearing a shirt.
If you would like to follow and just stay close in case something happens, you're welcome to do that.
Yeah, I'll be hanging out nearby. Yeah, if something goes alright, let me know. Just yell real loud. I might hear it.
You'll hear a shot, don't worry.
So do I need to change my face or just my clothes?
Just clothes for tonight.
Ilona's gonna put on the most ridiculous ball gown.
Describe it.
It's got super poofy sleeves. It's got like a frilly lace collar. Yeah, basically like that. Lots of ruffles. It's got little bows all over it, different colors, and it's got a bunch it's like a big poofy skirt. And like gloves, and her hat changes into one of those like lace mesh cover things, and like she makes her hair look all pretty, and yeah, it's like bright pink, and like it's got bright like blues and yellows and greens and just like rainbow vomit.
You look lovely, and I'm going to change it to something sleek like classic Hollywood style.
Is this okay for a fancy dinner?
Of course.
Cool. People are going to walk through her dress because of how big it is.
Amazing. And you're doing all that with a hat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's okay.
What's the hat look like? Is it like a tiny hat? Is it not even visible?
Is it
no,
tiny
it's
or
like
big?
one of those. It's one of those lace mesh cover things.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Ooh, change that. It's going to be like a big Sunday in Atlanta hat.
Yes.
You can have a little bit of both. You can have like a little lace and have it be a big hat.
Yes, it's going to be that. And of course, Misfit's going to be on my shoulder.
On your what? On your shoulder?
Yeah, on my shoulder. On my poof sleeves.
He's a big lad.
Yeah, that's a big boy to be.
I'm going to carry him.
Well, if he goes backpack mode, technically she's wearing him, which he would be hidden in the outfit.
You could.
I guess we'll do that.
So they won't even see him until he pops his head out.
Or wings out or something, yeah.
Over the shoulder of your massively poofy dress.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he usually is whenever we walk around.
Okay. Okay. Are you ladies heading out?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll describe what you guys walk into, and then we can wrap it up there. So, as you're heading out, so Frey and Styx and Volt and Geo, they're baking. You guys are hanging out. You can continue conversations, and then you guys are gonna go. So you walk out of the House of Blades, and start making your way down towards the House of Courts. And you'll start to, as you start to approach, again the energized lanterns are all lit up here on this side of Imbrick Island, and as you approach, you do start to hear the faint sound of music coming from behind the grounds there. And Persephone, you start to walk up, and there is a elven guard like standing right outside of the front of the House of Court, sorry. And you could walk up to him now. How would you like to present yourself in terms of getting in?
I just walk up. I'll take Alona's arm in mine first. Walk up. Lady Persephone Sharonford Vanderoth Kearney de Renaud III, fourth child of Viscount Zephyros de Renaud, daughter of the House of Blades, here for the reception or the rehearsal dinner.
Maid of honor.
Kind of looks over the thing.
And this is my +1, Alona.
And he's like, so he's looking over the list. He looks up. He goes, "Oh yes, delightful outfits. Yes, all right. Yes, right here. Yep,
Thank you. I'm gonna curtsy.
Just does a slight bow. Yes, if you just head right around, and you see the same direction that Andromeda took you before, kind of wrapping around the right side of the house, kind of like walking around the grounds, if you will. Yeah, you can just start heading right back there. And as you start to head back, like you're walking on this path with like shrubs on both sides, and in the shrubs themselves, you can see all these little tiny lights of like yellows and greens. It almost looks like fireflies, kind of just all intermingled, which was not there, earlier in the day when you walked. And as you walk into the back, you see off to the side, well, not off to the side, but further off in the back, or the tents are all still set up, and the chairs and the long walkway. But before you get to that is this large open air tent with different shades of like greens and even though it's dark out, there's these there's these lights that are kind of like floating on the inside of the tent that kind of are moving, and they light up different areas of the green tapestry of the tent top. And as you walk in, there's music playing off to the side. There's like a violin and a cellist, and what's the other one? Violin, cello. I'm missing an instrument.
Flute? Harp?
Sure, we'll go with the harp. That's not what I was thinking of, but yeah, it's a harp now. Yeah, great. So they're off to the side playing. Lots of elves you see walking around in, again, the traditional colors of the House of Courts, a lot of greens. You do see Warforged walking around with these like sort of trays with drinks on them, just walking around and walk up to people, not talking or anything, just holding out their hand and walk. Another one has food on a plate. And as you approach, Percy! And you see Andromeda off to the one side start running towards you. And from behind, you can see Wadal standing there with a drink, just kind of watching her run away. And there's these two other elven figures kind of standing there with them that you recognize as the Lord and Lady, and amongst all these other guests. And that's what we'll pick it up next time, as Andromeda starts to run her way over to her sister. Awesome. That's it. That's the one. But we already made it a harp now, but that's fine. Okay. Anyway, great game, guys. That was a lot of fun. All right. Cool. So next time when we pick up, Crab disappeared, and we'll start off with the rehearsal dinner, as the other guys are making desserts and things, and we'll do our rehearsal dinner. We'll do some of that, and then the next day is this court blade wedding, man.
Yay, let's do it!
Cool. So again, hey, thanks everyone for watching. This group is awesome. It's just a great group of players that make me laugh and giggle, which is always a good fun time. That's what D&D is all about. So we'll pick up next time, and thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.